I mean, it's weird that it looks like tentacles coming out of his single eyeballed head, but
Oh, just
yeah.
just grows up tough. So Sarah and I are going to be on push to talk for a little bit because we have 3 dogs in the room, and
Oh
I'm
my
guessing
God.
you guys don't like death shrieks.
So,
I'm on
my
push to talk
favorite.
all the time because we are in a room of boys.
Das Pupper.
Which one of these is
We have a new roommate now. This is Steve, everyone.
What up,
Hi,
Steve? All right. Well, are we all ready?
Um,
Ready, Freddy?
He's one of the original boys.
I
One of the master.
think we are.
The original boys. The OGs. The OBs, even. Ready?
Ready?
Yee.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. So, do you guys remember where you left off a
No.
couple of weeks back? Does anybody want to try and
Yes.
summarize?
I was on a cliff about to get fucked up by frogs.
Dean knows where he was. Pretty
We
accurate.
casually sailed across the Orm Channel on the boat owned by like the first Emperor of Man.
Yep.
It belongs in a museum.
But now it's beached on a shore.
With a hole in it.
Can it be? It's gonna be. We're gonna add it to the Icewind Dale house. It's gonna be part of the.
We're gonna somehow get it there.
We should have a tower, and it should be like the observatory on top of the tower. It'll be that book.
Okay.
Well, I should say,
Done.
does anybody have any questions about where we left off?
So we were climbing. So we crossed the Orm Channel, and there was a like cliff face, and we started climbing the cliff face.
Well, you and Pate flew up to the top. You cast Fly, so you still have Fly on you, as does Pate. You reach the top, and then I believe you were like, "Oh, well, how are we gonna get people up here?" And you're like, "We're gonna use some rope." And then Pate said, "Well, why don't you use your rope?" And neither of you had rope, so you had to go back down.
That's
It
right.
was at that moment that Pate was charged by 2 strange-looking red humanoid bestial figures running out of the forest.
And Omen
At the
yelled
top
fuck.
of the cliff.
At
or
the top of the
bottom?
cliff, out of sight of everybody.
Okay.
About
So-
35 feet up.
So being totally oblivious to this, I'm assuming Soren ought to be is heading back down to Oak because Oak. I think I have several hundred feet of rope.
Yeah, you have a bunch, I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh, Dean turned into a keyboard.
Will I be done?
Classic Dean.
Pulling a Dean. I'm waiting for him to get back because he's kind of the one being attacked. Just stands there motionless while he's just being eaten alive by whatever it is.
Rip.
Okay.
Since out of curiosity, since Omen's up there, I'm just curious. Are we within like 60 feet of him from the base to like the top?
Yeah, it'd be just about.
Okay.
It's like 35 feet up. Assuming
Sweet.
you weren't like in the water, like at the boat.
Nah.
If you were on the beach itself, then yeah, probably.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while we wait for Dean.
Yeah, no worries. So let's see, Ken, you did not have a one-shot character build, right?
No, I do not.
Okay. We should build you one sometime. They're level 9s. You pretty much just, I have them just stocked up for like either a day when we have too few people, or if we feel like switching gears. Also, Dakota, you said when was that time you were gonna run a game?
I mean, we'd have to, like, I don't know, I feel like telling it through the form of a storybook would be better.
Yeah.
But like literally whenever we want to introduce the concept of the book would be cool. And then
Like you are ready, like, to go?
I mean, I have a couple sessions worth of stuff that we could probably do. But like I have for sure, like, it'd be per chapter, so like if we wanted to build level 4 characters, or we could start at level 5 just to give us that. And then it'd be scaling characters as the story goes on. But I have definitely at least the first session ready to go for that.
Sweet.
It'd be a nice change eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see once you guys get through this arc. Might be a good point to do that. All right, Pate, you are at the top of the cliff as these two ragged-looking, strange kind of like almost mutated humanoid figures come running out of the forest, making that horrific kind of growling sound, running towards you. Their arms kind of dangling at the sides. As they get closer, you see they're like, they seem to be like partially human in some way, and the other half is this kind of like grotesque, like almost like lizard frog kind of abomination that's turning across their skin as they're just running towards you.
How far down is it to the bottom?
It's 35 feet. You currently have the fly spell still cast on you from Soren.
Ah. Alright, well, I'm going to casually drift off the edge.
Okay. So I'll see Paige just kind of...
So do we have a combat map, or...?
Not right
now. Do they have weapons?
They don't seem to have weapons on them right now.
Shit, this is a lot of pressure. I'm just gonna kind of hang out and see what they do. Like, flying.
Yeah.
Well away from striking distance.
How far away from the cliff edge do you want to be?
30 feet?
30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So... let's see. Let me check something real quick. Okay.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
So as you're floating you're about 30 feet away from the edge of the cliff. You see these two figures just continue charging forward. They come up towards the edge of the cliff and they kind of like screech to a stop. And as you have like a closer view of them now, you see that they are both wearing this kind of gray and teal colored like light armor sets with like tunics wrapped into them, but they're all kind of like scraped up, gnarled and like torn apart, where the mutation seems to be like taking place on these two. And they kind of stand for a moment, they're kind of growling and hissing at you, and then you see they both kind of lean over as the human sections of their face kind of bubble outwards and begin to turn this red color as it kind of begins to match the rest of their face, as they, over the next few moments, begin to just turn completely into those creatures, as the armor just kind of like bursts off. One of them looks up at you and just kind of like settles down for a moment. You see them crouch and jump off towards you in the air.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Can I react?
If you have a reaction, but it's going to make an attack against you in the air first.
Jesus Christ, okay.
As you see Pate up like flying above you all, like 30 feet away from the cliff. This streak of like red just like flies out the cliff. I need to get my dice roller.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
That's gonna be. Where's the bonus? 21.
What the fuck? Yeah.
So you take 7 piercing damage. as it glances by you. And as it does, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's not good.
So as it streaks by, you feel this intense, like searing pain from one of the claws that it has. They're like human-style hands, but they're kind of elongated. And out where the knuckles are, these like they're like 2 or 3 inch talons kind of like jut out from the skin jaggedly. As they drag across you feel like more than just like a cut. Like there's some sort of like searing kind of pain that goes in with these, and it's like burning continuously. As it flies past you, you can make a attack of opportunity if you want as you're flying.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Stab that motherfucker. Let me see here. Oh shit, I didn't put in the Wolf's Wear Rapier as a thing.
It should be. Hang on, where is it? Treasure. Oh yeah, it gives you +1 to opportunity attack rolls.
Oh, okay. But
So
otherwise, it's
just
just
roll
rapier.
for a normal rapier, yeah.
I thought I could click on it and it would roll it.
Is it in your inventory? Or is it in your attacks?
I'm so dumb. There we go.
Sorry. 13 +1. That will just barely hit.
Sweet. And then for damage, 1d8 +4 piercing.
If you click that name, it should roll the damage for you. Like on the sidebar. No, like where you rolled 13 right below that, click that.
Oh, gotcha.
So 11 piercing damage. As so as it streaks by, you wield the rapier, and the rehoning of this lets you wield it incredibly quick. You manage to cut off like one of the fingers of the hands. This beast flies by, and you all see as it careens over the beach in front of you and falls into the sea on the far side. As the other one's kind of on the side of the cliff snarling at you, it goes to turn around and run back towards the forest, and you hear it as you see an arrow go right through its head as it stumbles for a few seconds and falls to the ground. The rest of you looking back towards the sea, you see the red creature in the sea for a moment, just kind of floats up, and sits there, just kind of motionless in the water itself. Pate, go ahead and roll a perception check. It's hard to tell where this arrow came from. However, you know that it definitely wasn't from below you where the party is. It was out somewhere in front of you.
I'm gonna fly. Is it still kind of like my turn, or?
It would be now.
Okay, I'm gonna fly back down to the group.
Yeah, so you all see Pate fly down after this has just happened. You see Pate has like a massive, like 3 sets of like huge gashes along his side.
Well, I'm not really sure what just happened, but I don't know if we're really welcome here. I would keep an eye out for more. Someone just shot one of these fellas.
What did happen?
They came from the forest. Their skin was turning and they were mutating into these creatures. They seem to be... John, were they like part human before, or...
They seem distinctly, yeah, human or humanoid, like.
Yeah. I don't know what they were, or what they became rather. But you should stay on guard. There's someone right up there.
Do we all have a means of trying to get up there quickly?
I
Or perhaps they'll
suppose-
just come to us.
Soren's gonna continue to just like. I'm gonna go to Oak and start pulling rope from the packs. Do we still want to climb? This is the best I.
Certainly can.
Okay. I have a total of 150 feet of hemp rope.
I can attach it up top.
Yeah, I don't know how many. That's like 3 separate. I have 3 separate 50-foot lengths. So whatever we can just judge however much we need to take from it. But I'm not so good with not. So I'll pull the Soren will pull the ropes from the off of Oak's pack and hand it to, and then start thinking about how we're gonna get the animals up.
Right,
Okay.
Before you go, Pate, here, take this. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on him.
Sweet. Oh, that's awesome.
So 1 minute duration. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna glide up and kind of. Can I like peek over the top of the edge?
Yeah. So you wanna? Do you still? How long does fly last? Sorry.
Like an hour if I concentrate.
Okay. So yes, ton of. You're concentrating on it. I'm assuming you're not casting anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, you still have it on you. Okay. So you can kind of like
Sorry,
fly
up to 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. You fly up to the cliff face and kind of like take a peek over. You see the monster in front of you, this red beast, kind of like twitching a little bit, and its claws are kind of like grasping and like releasing, and then eventually it just falls motionless. Looking where the arrow came from, you can tell it's directly towards the forest itself. However, at this distance away, I'd say it's about like 100 feet from the cliff edge to the actual forest line. So you can't see any individual right here, at least.
Gotcha. Who's out there?
Kind of wait for a few moments. From the very edge of the forest, you see a figure kind of emerge. Humanoid at this distance, has a hood up, a long cloak that comes to the ground. You just see a drawn bow kind of pointed at the ground. So they take one step out from the trees. You can't really see their face. It's still concealed by the hood. And they just kind of stand idly next to the tree. Like, they're looking directly at you. You can kind of see, like, the top of your head maybe where you are.
I'm gonna kind of motion to the dead frog man. Nice shooting, I suppose, unless you're aiming for me. Who are you?
You see them kind of tilt their head, and eventually you see them release the string of the bow. And then sling it over their back as they begin walking out of the forest towards the cliff's edge. They pull their hood down. You see it's a human or perhaps a half-elf at this distance, with a kind of large, what is it? Like not a mohawk, but like a folded over kind of mohawk, like shaved on one side, and it's folded over, and it's this kind of light green color. As they're walking out towards the cliff side, you see them kind of eyeing the beast on the left, and goes, "Well, if I was, I would have ended up like him. Now, who are you?"
Friends call me Pate. And, well, everyone calls me Pate, but you can call me Pate, too.
Okay, Pate, well, what are you doing in this region of the forest? This is dangerous.
Well, now aware of that. I have some friends down below, and, well, we're on a bit of a mission, so to speak. Can I bring them up here?
You can, but I wouldn't advise it. You're not the only ones to be on a mission through here recently. And he kind of looks. He looks over to the red creature on the ground. And he goes, "What's left of them?"
Do you know what caused this?
In this forest, it's hard to say, but whatever it was, it took down an entire Imperial caravan. Been stalking them for a few days now, and was about to make a pounce on the lair, but you must have spooked them when you came up here.
Is the lair nearby?
It's not more than a mile from here. These two must have caught your scent when you landed on the beach. Spooked the whole thing. They all fell back, and I'm gonna have to wait at least another week to strike.
Just a moment. Let me get my friends up here, just so you don't have to explain
And this
things.
whole conversation has been you like at cliff level, right? Like
yeah, just like a set of eyes. Like...
yeah, like Home Improvement, the neighbor, you know, just like
Yeah.
I'm gonna float up. Is there a rock or something I can fasten the rope to?
looking around, there's like an old tree stump that was like the tree has fallen over long ago, but it's really nice and wide. You think it has probably enough roots to hold.
All right.
Other than that, it's pretty sparse into the actual forest itself from the cliff.
All right, I'll use that.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check if you're gonna tie a knot. Okay, so you run it a few times around the stump, and you manage to tie a nice firm knot on the far side. Tug on it really hard a few times. You feel like it'll hold a lot of weight.
All right, I'm gonna throw it back over the edge and say, "All right, guys, come on up. Looks like we have a new friend up here."
So this rope falls down.
I shall climb
Sword
the
is
rope.
still just by Oak, like scratching his chin, looking up at the cliff and at the rope and at Oak.
The rest of you climbing up. Yeah. So as you all begin climbing up, Soren is just standing next to his pack mule, stroking his chin, looking at the rope and looking back down.
What's going through your mind, Soren?
How is Oak gonna get up there?
I'm gonna cast Polymorph on Oak and turn him into a butterfly.
As Oak just turns into a little floating butterfly next to you.
That should make things easier.
I'm gonna like try and catch Oak and put him in my pocket.
Flutters away for a few moments, but he's not used to being a butterfly, so it just kind of like falls. And you catch him in your hands like this, and then kind of cup him with one as you climb up.
I'm gonna do like a single hand pistol at Paige. Just like,
How long does
The,
polymorph last?
Up to 1 hour.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're all climbing up?
Can I pick things up when I'm flying?
Yeah.
Like heavy things?
Not something you could like not normally lift,
Okay.
I believe.
Can I bring Pate up? Or not Pate? I'm Pate. Can I bring Pig up?
Yeah, I'd say be able to.
Okay, so I'll
He's
haul
pretty
up,
hefty, but yeah.
I'll haul up Pig and then Verna if that's okay.
Yeah. So one at a time, you just go down, bring the other one back up. As you're all on the cliff side, next to this individual on the top of the cliff.
Well, everyone, this is... I'm gonna just kind of look at him expectantly.
And he's like kneeled down next to the beast, like looking away from you as you say this. And he just doesn't turn around.
This is... I'm just gonna kind of walk up to him and just kind
Hey,
of
Pate.
pat him on the shoulder.
let me know when this is gonna wear off. I don't want him to turn into a mule when he's in my pocket.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, snap or whatever. Oh wait.
as like Soren was pulling him out of his pocket, and Soren's like thrown 5 feet to the side as Oak just appears.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to it.
The individual is kneeling. I kind of like he turns around and looks at you as the noise of Oak inflating, and stands up and just kind of tugs the bow for a moment and looks at you, crosses his arms and goes, "Tamir."
Well, Tamir, this is our merry band of, I don't know what you'd want to call us. We still haven't come up with a name.
This is our illicit gang.
That's right.
Didn't we mention the Swordbound? I like that. Even though we
I do
don't
too.
have the sword anymore.
I still feel like we're bound by the sword, though.
I like it.
Oh, we were bound by friendship.
Wait, what?
The friend
The
band.
friend bound.
Words emanate through Marleone's head. I'm not friends with you.
Tamir just
Unfortunately,
watches you
friends.
all like conversing about this in front of him as he kind of puts a hand up and goes, "Now, if I may interject, you just startled the prey that I've been watching for the last couple weeks. And I'm going to have to wait even longer now to move on their nest. So, unless you're planning on helping me with that, I'm going to take my leave."
I'm sorry. Tamir, you said, right? I'm Soren. Soren's gonna like dust himself off and being tackled by his own pack and go to shake very enthusiastically, like introduce and go for a handshake.
He, you see, like, you stick your hand out for a handshake, and he doesn't unfold his arms, but he does kind of like give you a little bit of a nod, but does not reach out to shake your hand as well.
I'll try to roll with the punches here. What was the thing? What was that? What is your prey?
There's a nest of some kind of chaotic beast about a mile from here, inland. Been stalking them for the last few weeks, and they've captured a caravan or two from the Commonwealth, and well, I was about to move on their nest. They had spread out enough, they felt comfortable enough, and whatever they are, now they're scared and back home, thanks to your presence on this beach.
Do you work alone?
It's the only way to work in the Cauldron.
Do you work in the interest of the Commonwealth, or are you just seeking your own goals out here?
It's hard to say. Started out one way, turned into the other.
Well, is it? If we've obstructed your hunt, perhaps we can make up for it by helping you with this net.
It's not very often that I come across a group of individuals that isn't already being eaten. So, perhaps there could be some of use. If you're up for the task.
I believe I would be. So you say you've been stalking them for the past weeks or so. How many of them do you think there are? I'm not wrong, by the way.
And he kind of gives you a nod and he goes, "It's hard to say. They conceal their numbers. They all look the same. But I would estimate there's probably a good 24 in the nest. And if it's the season of breeding, there will probably be 2 to 250 eggs ready to hatch for this season. That's why I wanted to get in there sooner rather than later." He kind of looks between the party and goes, "So have any of you ever hunted a slod before?"
Ooh, can I make a check to see if I know what a slot is?
Yeah, I'm curious on that too.
If any of you want to, you can make a nature check.
I read about those once.
Even I've heard of these things, big.
Nope, no idea.
So, yeah, Soren, you're incredibly familiar. with these. You've read of them before.
Extra-dimensional frog monsters?
Extra dimensional, sure, but I haven't seen one come out of a portal in my time.
I've never hunted one, but I'm familiar. I've read of them before. Dangerous foe. Do you know what kind of slot?
Sorry, cut out.
Do you know what kind of slod they? I've only read of them before, but familiar with various different distinctions. I believe they're categorized by color.
Seems to be that way. These ones, he kind of looks to the red one on the ground. These ones are the most common, in the nest at least. Seems to be the majority of them. But one or two times I've seen some other colors. Big, brutish blue ones.
Any ones with gray skin you've seen?
I haven't seen them myself, but at this rate, I can't say or not. But we're running out of daylight, and if you're going to help me with this, you should get on the move. They're the least active at night.
Do they not possess dark vision?
They do, but they're not nocturnal.
You saved my life, so I figure I owe you.
Well, I'm heading that way if you wish to join me. Any of you that do.
Sword and Trident cannot untie this rope. Hey, do you think you could help me untie? It's a hell of a knot.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I tied it, but I can try.
You would know how you tied it.
Oh, yeah.
You walk up, you're like, of course.
It was like really easy. Sword was really struggling with.
It was like a big bow knot. So you're all gonna go follow Tamir?
Yep.
So he kind of leads you into the forest, and this forest is like, you saw it from the boat when you were sailing through the Arm Channel originally. Just the density of these trees is like blackening. So it is beginning to be evening now, but there's still light on the beach and on the cliffside. But as soon as you begin walking into these trees, it's just immediately blacked out. It's an incredibly dense forest. There's a very thick canopy high above you, and the darkness begins to take over as Tamir just trudges on into the forest itself. Are any of you going to light lights or fires or torches or anything?
So just to clarify, it is not nighttime, but it's just such a dense forest that it's pretty dark here.
It is as dark as nighttime right now in the forest.
Wow.
But it's evening because you're just entering now.
I'll light my lantern then. I have a lantern.
Okay.
You're good, sir.
Okay, I'll light my staff.
Okay. So you use light.
Yeah.
All right.
Just kind of going off my own stuff as we're walking. Soren's going to talk about Slod because rolled a 20 on that knowledge check. This is
Yep. So
he's nerding out on Slods right now.
you
Just
know
like,
about Slod.
Just saying. They look humanoid, I think, because they reproduce by infecting live hosts.
That's horrifying. Does it only affect humans or all races?
I think that it could, in theory, affect any humanoid host, but I can't confirm.
Well, Pig, you're gonna be okay. Can't say much for the rest of us.
I guess in terms of what we're running into, I would say if we see any with gray skin, those would be the most dangerous. They are supposed to know how to cast spells, from what I've read.
Can we... Wait. Did you say they infect hosts?
Yeah, that's how they reproduce. They're like a parasite.
By... How do you contract this?
Now that you mention it, I guess that's kind of how everyone reproduces, huh?
Got him.
God damn it.
Because it kind of nicked me in the arm, and it's kind of burning since. I guess the adrenaline's kind of fading out. Should I be worried?
It still burns. Yeah.
Should I be worried?
Here,
we should stop.
I'm gonna grab Pate by the arm and use lay on hands. I'll use 10 points. I'll use 5 for healing and 5 to remove.
And 5 what?
5 points of healing and 5 points to remove disease.
Okay.
Do that. 9, 10, Just...
Yeah, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Me or Ken or who?
Ken.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yes.
As you feel the wound does heal, like the claw marks kind of like they scab over and begin to heal a bit, as Allrun has done for other people in the party in the past. So it feels as though the wound is healing. As it scabs over, you feel like that slight burning sensation still persists somewhere below your skin.
Oh. It's, the feeling, it's still there.
You can cure wounded health.
I don't know. We have that. I don't think so.
No.
No. Do you have anything for like disease? Huh. Any potions, Marleon?
I'm gonna use a level 1. I'm gonna cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Oh, that could work.
Okay. Let me see.
In terms of like, if you are infected, if you don't feel well, I don't know about whether it's like any other sickness or if there's maybe if you burned yourself, maybe you could burn it.
Hey, you feel that like little burning
Stay away.
sensation, but you don't feel any other discomfort right now. It's just like that little
Okay.
piercing feeling.
Move quick in those folks, so getting
and
a
as it
little
does,
worried.
it does begin to kind of like not like disappear, but just kind of like your body begins to get used to that little pain. It begins to fade a little bit. Allround, as you cast Detect Poison Disease, Pate's side where he was scraped lights up, just like you're able to kind of see through the immediate vicinity in front of you, and you feel like a massive diseased presence coming from the side of Pate. You actually, let's see.
Oh,
Identify the kind of poison.
actually, hold on.
Yeah. Poison it.
I should have clicked this button. There's 5 hit points. Cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1.
Oh, hey.
I thought it was just disease. I didn't read the whole thing.
Wait, where does it say?
In the
Yeah,
middle
you
of
just
like
got
the
it
fire.
Neutralize 1 poison. Cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison.
Damn, dude, that ability is pretty nuts.
Wow.
And this is very strong.
So as
I'll spend 5 more points to do it.
well, it's as Alron kind of can see this entity in the side of you, Pate, kind of puts his hand up for a moment, comes over to you. You don't have to use another 5 points.
Okay.
And as you, his hands kind of light up again with that divine energy, and it kind of like sears against your skin for a second. As you feel something like just below the surface of your skin, like an inch or two, begin to like be drawn to Alron's hands, like through your flesh, and then for a moment you just feel as Alron pulls his hands back, and you see a tiny, maybe about this big, tadpole pulled out of like the side of you by Alron, as Alron clasps it and crushes it in his hands.
Yeah.
You feel that burning sensation go away.
My instinct is to fireball, but everyone's right around.
Well,
Purge the heretic.
I guess that doesn't answer our question, Pate. Who knows if it could have gestated, but
Oh, Jesus
at
Christ.
least at least it tried to.
Pate will just continue to sweat and be worried.
So yeah,
This is shit.
you have removed the parasite from Pate.
Thank you, Alron.
Elron, how often can you do that?
Through Lay on Hands ability, I can do it about 6 or 7 more times.
Oh, okay.
And if we wait a day, I can prepare protection from poison as a
Well,
Ooh.
I suppose if we're gonna go into a nest of these things, then it's likely that more than one of us will get infected. But if what I remember is correct, it should take a while for anything to come of it if we are infected. So it's not like it's in the short term we shouldn't have to worry too much, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. I'd rather not turn into an extra dimensional frog monster.
as Tamir begins or continues leading you all, there just seem to be like the trees are still very like you can walk between them. They're like spread out. The canopies are just very thick and large, and they block out the sun right now. However, you seem to be coming up on like a larger thicket of trees that almost form like a wall in front of you, and just kind of this large, shapeless mass of trees in front of you. Samir kind of puts a hand out and slows down and leans up against one of these trees. Kind of leans into the party and goes, "This is, I believe, where their nest is. Not 200 feet in front of us. In the next hour or so, they'll all begin to call me down for the night, and we can head in."
Have you had a
We're
chance
all ready
to
for
scout
it.
the inside of it yet, or do we know how large it is in there?
I haven't been inside of this one, but I assume that there's going to be a good number of them in there. The important thing is we get to the center of it as fast as we can. It's where the eggs are usually laid. We get to the center, it'll be the best way to wipe it out.
What is your plan for wiping them out? The large amount of eggs I'm assuming are there.
Well, I was planning on doing it on my own watch, on my own time. But seeing as you're all here, it's not going to be quiet going in. Perhaps you have something that can destroy a large number of them at once.
I don't think we have that. I don't think we
Peyton
do that.
Vernon just
Peyton Murder's gonna like wag
I feel like
eyebrows.
that's something that we don't have twice.
If we need stealth and quiet, I can provide both of those things if somebody else provides the explosions. A wink wink, a nudge nudge.
Can we also lay traps, perhaps? Ooh. I like the idea of the wall of fire. Can we burn them out? Can we trap them inside and burn them?
The nest is pretty large. It's got lots of entrances and exits from all over. You could use it temporarily, but it won't seal them in for good.
I want to go back to the creepy ghost island. This is shit.
But you get to slice things now.
If I don't get impregnated by them, I'm not into this.
Okay.
It's not your kink, Hixus.
I prefer if the killing's relatively one-sided.
So that's
Soren,
4.
in your research on slads, do you know if they're resistant to magical attacks or physical attacks? So we know what we're going up against?
I don't. I think most of the species are resistant to elemental damages, but not physical, from what I think. I'm gonna quote a book name. I don't have it.
You're gonna quote a book name you don't have?
Well, he's just memory from the library. I don't have
Oh, yeah.
the book in. But I do think by their nature they are more. They're much more susceptible to physical means than they are magical.
Well, there's that.
Okay.
Tamir kind of checks the quiver on his back, checks the equipment around him, and looks to you all and goes, "So, ready to strike?"
We should have a plan. Should we try to draw them out and keep them clustered, or
Speed is the best plan.
we want to head to the center and then we'd be surrounded?
Pate, Verna, in terms of, yeah, Marleone brings a good point. If they are resistant to spells, maybe abilities that enhance our physical damage dealers would be more effective than trying to do direct damage to them. Just a thought.
They might be resistant to stuff, so we're not sure. Personally, I can't. I mean, aside from playing a few tunes for you guys, I don't have much.
Those tunes are pretty sick, though. I like them at least.
Yes.
I mean, if you're playing tunes, you could always turn invisible with your crazy bagpipes.
Ooh,
Two birds,
I
one
like where your
stone.
head's at. Maybe we can lure them into an opening. Or we strike from there.
John, just out of curiosity, in my immediate vicinity, can I just make a quick survival check looking for Western coneflower?
Yeah, go for it. You'll have to remind me which one that is because I wrote it so long ago.
It is the super mega crazy hallucinogen.
Yeah, let me bring it up here real quick. Fuck, what's the name of that book?
Herbology of Cauldron.
That's right. I have it
Probably
written
won't matter,
in
but you never know.
I just want to make sure I have the right thing here. Western coneflower.
Yee.
Southern. Oh, here it is.
My favorite
I
song.
forget,
on
am
all the playlists.
I able to add my herbalism kit proficiency with that at all, or no? For looking for herbs?
No, because this is like locating them.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Forest. Yeah. So you spend like the next. I mean, how long do you want to spend looking for them?
Like, I mean, if we're all just coming up with a plan, I guess maybe like a minute or two. Nothing super long.
It takes you a minute or two, but like way closer to the nest itself, you do see there is a small cluster of like 2 flowers, kind of like right by one of the entrances that Tamir has pointed out.
Okay, I'm gonna bring that to everyone's attention. Okay, so just a food for thought. I'm gonna point to the flowers. This might help us out. The flower up ahead, right there yonder, is called Western coneflower, and it's native to Valax's Cauldron. Basically, is a very, very, very powerful hallucinogen, and it has a defense mechanism. If the flower is disturbed, it shoots out these nasty spores, and it can cause massive disorientation, and they'll feel extreme pain without feeling actual pain. But apparently, I think it's possible this might be useful too, as maybe if we get overwhelmed, to help eliminate a couple of them, at least temporarily. But we'd have to get a bit closer than we are now. I can't harvest it from this distance.
Ben, go ahead and check your Discord there, my dude.
Discord.
As you suggest that, Tamir kind of looks at you and goes, I just want to make sure I don't run through it myself.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Oh!
Sorry.
It's a really bad roll. I have a pretty good insight check.
Dang, that's a cool spell. Ice Storm.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to use that one.
Where are you gonna get those few drops of water?
I think I probably have water.
The tears of the dead.
Or that.
Or just, water bottle.
Yeah.
Pinch of dust is pretty vague, too. Can you just, carry a block of wood and sand it?
Yeah, or
in a pinch?
does it need, some lint?
Belly button lint. The most magical of crafting components.
I mean, if you're magic, wouldn't your belly button lint also be magic?
Fair point.
I guess, yeah.
Is the lint you though?
Well, technically wouldn't the wind be like dead skin cells and shit, so technically.
Is the skin what's magical, or is it the spirit inside of you that's magical?
Tamir is just like looking at all of you. And he goes, "Well,
Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, we got fireballs.
Oh, yeah,
we're good.
okay.
We're good. We'll burn
I can slow them down, burn them, and then freeze them.
them. Poor bastards. They won't know what hit them.
So
Well-
our primary objective is to take care of the eggs first. Correct.
First or at the end of this? Because I'd like them very much dead before we go around squashing eggs.
it will disturb them the most if we get to the center and do that first." Go ahead and post that spell real quick, Ben, just so I know what it does.
I don't actually. It's not a spell. It's an invocation.
Whatever.
I'll do the town.
Jesus,
Sorry.
it's very excitable.
I will copy the text if I can find it.
Alright.
Do we have time for a short? Did we have time for a short rest in between the? Can I get my spells?
It hasn't been a short rest yet. You guys came right
Okay.
here, and
Okay, so I have one. Okay, I have one spell again.
here I'll actually just look it up because I have a thing.
There it is. Oh, look at that
Okay.
formatting.
Woof.
That formatting is like hurts my eyeballs for some reason.
All right. Yeah, as you're all kind of standing around, sort of as you look at him, you see Tamir kind of like gaze at you as you're looking at him, just kind of squint. And he looks back to the rest of the party. Which one of you is the quietest?
Exis takes a step back.
No one? None of you?
Well, I can turn invisible if that helps, but I would say Marleone's probably the quietest.
Yeah, I would say Marleone or myself.
Whoever it is should be the first one in. The rest of us follow. Quietest at the ends is the key. So I'll take the rear.
No. I think if I'm going to go in, you should come in with me.
If you're going first,
If I'm going first, I would prefer the person who knows the most about this place to join me.
very well. I'll be at the front with you then. If you, he points to Pate. If you're the other quiet one, you're in the back.
Alright.
The rest
So
of you.
the
Sorry,
ca-
Ben.
oh sorry there's like no light coming from like the top of this canopy, right?
No, not that you can see. It's pretty dense here, especially next to this like huge thicket.
Okay.
Do we wait for your signal then, and we storm the place?
But we're all going to try and get as far in as we can before they realize we're there. Fight what we need to. Get to the center of the nest. I'm telling you, it's all about speed.
I guess I didn't even think to do this before. Can I, like, do we see any of these slads at all, like, in front of us? Or, like, I mean, because I guess if we're, like, 200 feet out, maybe not, if we can't see. I
Give
don't
me a
know.
perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna have Omen on my shoulder so I get that +1 from him.
Okay. Besides Verna, who had a light lit?
God damn.
Anybody else? Was it just Verna?
Soren had a lantern, I think.
Oh yeah, Soren had the lantern.
Yeah, I have a lantern. Until I'll just like sort of just use judgment. Like if it gets to the point where we're gonna be sneaking in, I'm not gonna like get the flashlight out. Like, all right, be quiet, everyone. You know, I'll put it away if it seems like it's gonna.
Okay. Yeah, you can't tell in front of you right now that there's any slot immediately in the area. None like the ones that looked on the cliff or anything. You don't see anything like that.
Marleone's going to... He's contemplating taking a few steps forward, but he can't bring himself to do it. And he's going to, I guess, pull out his ninjato. I'm going to point it at our dude. The whatever his name is. I don't freaking remember. Tamir. I'm sorry, everyone, but I'm a little skeptical about this person. And I hope you don't mind, but I can't bring myself to go into this. It just feels like it's going to be a trap.
Tamir kind of looks back at you. Like, you have the thing pointed out. He still has his hands kind of like down by his side. He looks like disappointedly at you and like the rest of the party, and he goes, "We don't have time for this. You set off. They knew you were here when you landed on the beach. We stay here much longer. They'll just find us out here."
Okay, but if they have the number advantage, why don't they just come now? Before it gets dark if they're not nocturnal.
Those ones may have picked you up, but we're on the move. We stay in this place too long. They will.
Marleone, he had the chance to kill me for... I'm not even sure how long he was there.
Well... Oh, sorry, you cut out. I couldn't tell if you were talking.
Sure.
Pate.
Wait, yeah. Dean's frozen.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Oh, sick.
I don't know.
All right. He has to make a save, right?
Do they know what's happening to them?
I learned the surface thoughts, and then I can shift my attention to another creature or probe deeper, and then I think they know.
Let's see.
Soren, in your studies, because I don't know a lot about sleds at all, except for what you've said. Are they able to change shape, take on the form of people?
No.
Nice.
Because I have this gut feeling we're being led into a trap to be fed.
I mean, I know some of them, specifically the gray ones, know magic, so I suppose it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to be able to polymorph, as he like looks to this guy.
It was me, Slad, all along.
I'm typing it to you in
Hey.
Discord, by the way.
Okay.
I feel like this didn't really come up in our conversation. Well,
Yes.
perhaps it's a conversation for after we slaughter every Slad in this entire.
And he kind of nods and looks back towards Marleone. You think I'm going to lead you to some kind of feast and I'm going with you? I'm leading the way with you. I want to be in and out as quick as we can.
Unless you're actually one of them. In which case, this is exactly what you would want to do.
I don't have time for this. And he begins walking towards he just walks away from your blade pointed at you and just begins walking towards the entrance of the nest. Like, as quietly as he can.
Has it been about 10 minutes since I removed the weird slug thingy from
Yes.
Fates? It has been more? Okay.
Yeah. So he's just walking away from the party right now.
I feel like this is probably a perfect time. Marleone's going to... Because I made draw poison a long time ago, can I dip one of my darts in that and throw it at him? Or I guess I don't know how I'd apply it. Just like, do I?
You have to take a moment to like pop it out and like it would take like an action to do.
All right, yeah, I'll do that then. I'm gonna.
So you'll see Marleone take out a vial and take a dart and dip it into this vial.
And then, if no one does anything, I'm gonna throw it at him.
I was gonna hold up his hands like, whoa, we're just attacking this guy.
Who?
Yeah. Looking at you.
Sorry, what? Someone?
I'm not here to.
Throwing a
I'm
dart
not here to.
at him.
I'm no.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Marlene's throwing a dart at.
You're throwing
I'm
a
gonna tell
dart?
Marlene not to do that.
Don't throw dart.
So nobody's doing anything?
No, I'm just kind of gonna like, whoa.
Yeah, so Marleone, you finish dipping the dart in the poison. You see him, he's like...
Wait, escalated to poison? What happened?
Marleone took a vial out of poison that he had in his satchel. He dipped this dart in it, and he's like getting ready to throw it at Tamir, who's walking away from the party towards the nest right now. He said, like, I don't have time for this bickering. So he begins walking towards the nest, and Marleone's getting a dart ready.
Before we get fully, like, into poisoning the guy who's with us, can I delve deeper into his mind?
You want to try?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but I'll try it.
All right. So you have to make a wisdom saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is 16.
All right. He fails. All right. Let me type this to you. Let me see what it says first. Gain center. Reasoning, emotional state. That's pretty much what's going through his mind right now.
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna throw my drow poison dart at the guy.
As Marlon, you go to throw the dart. Inferno, you finish a spell. You feel these thoughts absorbed into your head. You see Tamir turn towards you, and you can see him kind of acknowledge that you've done this. As Marleone, you go to throw the dart. Go ahead and make a ranged attack with one of them. That will hit. Yes, that'll hit.
Okay. Drow poison adds mine because you let me improve it. It's a DC 15 con save, and if he fails if he fails at all, he's poisoned, and if he fails by 5 or more, he's knocked unconscious.
He does 16. 15, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where's this? Yep. Yeah, he succeeds.
Okay.
But he takes the damage some from the dart. As the dart sticks into the side of Tamir, you see him kind of like his face pinches and he kind of snarls at Marleone. As you see the section of the dart that hits him kind of bubbles up for a moment. This green kind of skin shoots across him as the armor that he's wearing bursts off. A similar horrifying visage of a beast, but this green, holding the bow, which is now turned into a staff, plops on the ground, stares at all, he goes,
And then he says, "It was
I want
me."
you all. I want you all to roll initiative.
How the fuck did you know that?
Me?
Or, well, you read his mind. Marleone, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah,
Part of it was logic. The other part was Soren.
Yeah, what gave it away?
Wanting us to go to the center of a camp.
I rolled twice.
Fair.
You rolled twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also just drew on the map by accident.
Tell you a
It's okay.
He said, "You need to get back to the nest quickly. If I don't deliver them, she'll be furious."
Ooh.
So,
Alright, let me get the battle
I
map
said
ready
this
here.
was shit from the beginning.
Takes a slad to know a slad. Hey, Marley. It's just
I
turn
was
into
going
the
back and
thing.
forth this whole time, John. I thought I was like, is this a red herring? Are you gonna make us like attack a dude? Is this just actually gonna be a?
Well, you rolled so well on that that history or the nature check that like you knew about slaads, dude.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right,
just
so
turn
let's
into
see.
the thing, and Sarah
Yeah, I gotta
and
roll
are just gonna
initiative for
burn
that one, too.
everyone to find out who's a slad.
Just fireball.
He didn't give in to my provocation. I threatened to kill every slad in the universe. I thought that would do it, but
So
alas.
That's Omen's roll, by the way. 'Cause it's
gotcha.
just- yeah.
Pate, what's up? You're high up there, my dude.
I'm smacking this dude around.
No, it's not. Hang on, I'm putting it together. There's a big battle map.
Oh,
I'm putting the turn order together, and then I gotta move the dude's token.
gotcha.
All right.
God, I gotta
See
be
how
less
we do.
trusting of people. Jesus.
Marleone is 18.
Well, until you got Verna.
That's true. I trust them, you burn them.
Next is Alron. Oh, roll for a pig.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Ooh, I was just looking at his stats.
Yeah, he got a
I
little
like-
buff.
I
He
like
lost Spirit of the Mountain. He lost some other things, but he had lasting effects from them, like a con boost and some other things.
Nice.
So he's a little beefier.
John, just letting you know I'm 9, not 18.
You're what?
For initiative, it was 9, not 18.
9, not.
Because you said I'm 18.
Oh, who was I looking at? I guess I was just looking at the 18. Fucking decimals and D&D. What is this?
Tiebreakers, man.
So it would be Alron then, I believe. Yeah. No. Oh, sorry. I was looking at your dart. That's what it was. So this guy. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff I gotta put together for this. So, Pate, Alron, Hexus next? Yeah, I think so.
11.
Yeah. 11, and then the 9. And then the 7. Yeah.
5.
Ah, yes, good old Soren bringing up
And
the
then
rear.
Soren bringing it home.
Still just like,
Oh, no,
why are we
there was a
attacking
10.
this guy?
Oh wait, Omen's in there with a 20? Hang on.
It's your boy.
So
Omen.
Omen's gonna go right after Pate. And then Pig had a 14. So he goes after Alrond. Okay. So that's this dude, then I gotta make a few rolls here. Alright. Okay, I think we're ready. Verna and Soren are the only one that just lights up at the moment. Some light to them. All right, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it.
Bring it in. Let me know if you can see. Should be near the bottom of the page. It's pretty big.
I see it.
You guys see? Everybody got
Yep.
vision?
Yep.
Mine's black.
Yours is black.
Even in the bottom left corner?
That's because I didn't give you sight. Now can you see? Bottom left corner, kind of?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody can't see? Alright. We're good. So first up is going to be Tamir. Who... Well, quote-unquote Tamir.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it actually
Tamir as you know him now. Grumbly green, boily frog man.
Chad the Slad.
Can you guys see him, right? Right in front of you?
No.
I cannot.
Oh, okay.
Is he behind a tree?
No. Well, no. He's just at a distance of the light. Then. How do I? There's not a sight range, is there? I guess it's just light. All right. Let's see. He is going to. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna say this because he can cast this. Tamir, as the dart hits him, he turns into this beast, stomps the staff down. He kind of does that, and then just you see an invisibility spell envelop him as he begins to disappear, and he vanishes. I'm gonna move him. Oh, I should probably do this. Yeah, I gotta switch the thing. There we go. So he's going to disappear. So he's no longer there. And you just hear. So you hear footsteps beginning to leave.
Can you hang on the map where he was?
It's right here, northeast of you.
And what direction he was running away from?
Just sounds like he's running away. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Straight away from you.
$5 on Fireball.
Wait, how much? Just to make sure, how much range does a torch? How much light does a torch cast? 40 feet, right?
20 bright, 20 dim.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then my lantern is 30 feet. And then
There's
dim for
30.
another 30.
Oh, so 60. All right.
And I
So you
have
get a little
dark
more.
vision.
There you go. So he was right here, Soren. And he will disappear. So Pate, is your turn.
Okay. One sec. Let me read this real quick. All right, I'm gonna Hail Mary this. I'm gonna.
Also, sorry, I feel like this is necessary. Matt in chat when Tamir turned into the slod goes, it was me, Austin.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Aw, son of a bitch.
I'm gonna Fairy Fire a 20-foot cube. There.
20-foot cube.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my ruler out. Where's my ruler? Here it is. Right here? Okay.
Yeah.
So 20 foot would be like, that's a 20-foot side. Where do you want the closest side of the cube to be? Like here? Like the shape of my arrow right now?
I cannot see your arrow.
I can see your arrow. What do you mean by closest side? I'm not sure.
So a cube means it's 20 feet on each side.
Yeah.
It's way up there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I see what you're doing. Never mind.
So the center of it is gonna be where I'm pinging.
Gotcha. So like that area is like one of the sides.
Yeah.
And that's a side. That's a side.
Yeah.
That's a side. Okay.
So 20 feet.
All right. Yeah. So fairy fire. Dexterity saving throw. What's your DC?
17.
All right. Let's see. Any of your attack roll. Can't benefit from being invisible. So you feel the effect cast out into the nest itself, like into this small opening into this thicket, as the fairy fire blows out and begins to condense down to the area. You see two figures begin to get covered by these dim little lights. Stick to them. It's two more of these red slots.
Damn, it's not
that
him.
you encountered. No, you don't see him, however.
It's not Chad.
I don't know if they're. It's Chad.
Chad just laughed.
Are they visible? Yeah, they shed dim light. All right, so let me do that.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see. So that's probably 20 feet of dim light.
Oh Jesus, they're terrifying.
Wait, I think that's.
That's bright
Start-
light.
is
I
it?
think start of dim light you have to hit. If you hit 0, it should all be dim light. I think.
Yes.
Yep, there it is. That's good.
I don't see anything. I also don't have control of Marleone, just so you know, John.
God damn it.
Every time.
I literally tested this before we started this game, and for some reason this time it didn't work. I was like, I know that we run into this
there we
problem
go.
every time. Dakota can't ever control his token. And I was like, this time I was like, nope, he can control it. I just put it down, and then it just didn't work this time. All right, so those two are emitting dim light.
So I only see one of them in.
Oh, sorry, because I did this. Well, you can't see. You probably can't see the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I see like one claw and one foot.
Yeah.
But I see the dim light.
You see the light coming from one of them, and then you see it kind of look at you and go, begin to like dart towards you.
Yep. Cool. We got company.
Anything else?
I'm gonna cast inspiration on Elrond.
What are you gonna do?
Yes.
I'm gonna break out the I'm gonna break out the I don't know what to play. I'll do the harmonica this
An
time.
original tune.
Yeah, I'll do the harmonica this time.
Okay.
Get a nice.
Some
I'm guessing
bluegrass.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's like, those one-man band things where it's like on my neck.
Yeah.
He's the one man band man.
Yeah, Payne takes a moment, puts it on.
Let's do this.
But he only has 6 seconds. He goes, "Huh," and that's it.
It's
All right.
as fuck though.
Omen.
Hey,
Does Omen have dark vision?
Omen does not have dark vision.
Okay. Also,
I
the
believe it's a
canopy.
D8.
The canopy is low. You feel as though Omen may be able to fly through the canopy, but it would not be able to see down into the battlefield. Like the canopy is thick, but Omen's so small that it could possibly weave its way up eventually. But just so you know, it's kind of trapped down in the canopy where you are right now with you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, D8. That's nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have Omen fly in the direction where our green slide guy was before.
Okay. Can you control Omen?
Yeah.
Alright. You can control Omen, but you can never control.
I know!
God damn it.
Um,
Yeah, as Omen flies closer to the two red slabs.
yeah, I'm
that
just
are
gonna
in there.
have him take off towards them. I don't think there's anything else I really have for him to do right now.
Alright. Allround.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start off by moving a bit. Move that 20 feet. Oh man, those things are terrifying now that I can see them.
Yeah.
And anybody, just, you can use your interaction this turn to light a torch or something if you want to. So currently it's Soren and Vern. Verna has the light in their staff. Just keep that in mind going forward. If you're going into a dark area, you're not just completely SOL.
Gotcha.
I'll move up another 10 feet.
Alright.
That's my 2 bar. That's my 30 movement, and then I'll action dodge.
Okay, so you take dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Pig's turn.
Pig is just gonna turn around and face the enemy, and just kind of. Actually, he's gonna move right there.
Okay, to middle group. Alright.
Actually, can I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him in front of Verna.
Okay. Marleone.
Ward shield.
All right. One sec.
And then Hixus, you're on deck.
Oh, I guess I am in bright light right now. I can't do that anyway. Marleon's going to move up toward Elrond. And I guess he's going to have Elrond in front of him, but he's going to pull out one of the... Because I finally have a use for this. Marleon's going to pull out a piece of, like, scripture that he had in a scroll pouch that he didn't know he had. And cast Shield of Faith on Elrond.
So yeah, so on Marleon comes up behind you, kind of places a hand on your shoulder, and you feel this like deep energy kind of like fly in front of you. You feel it's a little familiar with what you've cast before, but then kind of like a darker, more like wispy energy that fills the space in front of you. This barrier between you and the slot.
Nice.
Good luck out there. And that's
I don't need luck when I have Torm.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Hixus, you're up.
Oh,
Or
sorry,
wait.
action dodge. And then
Wait,
I'll be in.
what the fuck just happened? How are you on
There's
here
two
twice?
Marleons in the order.
All right, I think you're supposed to go. Hang on, let me find which way. You're a 9, Hixus is an 11, so you go after him. So Hixus, take your turn. The next turn, you'll go before him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll probably move up to the same spot that Elrond's in, honestly. Sounds...
Also, Marleon and Omen feel very safe right now. You always feel safe when you're all around.
Oh yeah.
Hixus, you feel so safe.
The good
I don't
vibes by
feel
Elrond.
Yeah, Pate does not feel safe.
The good vibes.
And, I mean, that's just a solid plan. I'm also going to take the dodge action. That sounds like
All right.
a thing. I liked what I saw.
Verna, the Berna, you're up.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna move here. Oh, okay, I see them now. Do the Slad have their own language?
You can make a history check. Not only do Slot have their own language, they are also telepathic. Up to 60 feet away.
Okay, well, nothing is major right now, but I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages. It lasts for an hour, so.
Okay.
So yeah, I can understand
So,
things.
Yeah, as you cast it on yourself, the kind of like growling, snarling you hear from in front of you morphs into like a kind of amalgamated common. As you just hear the two of them like getting ready to charge towards you, they just go, "Another feast." They need to charge towards you.
So that's what frog people sound like.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Is now the Slad's turn. Let's see.
Sladdy daddy.
Don't ever say that again. Don't take negative inspiration.
Hold on, give me a minute. I need another beer.
Yeah, no fucking kidding, dude. This is actually just all whiskey. Speaking of, send me my fucking water bottle
I
back.
actually just found it yesterday.
Oh my god.
We were unpacking our closet and it was
This
just
one?
in there.
Yeah,
Oh no, this one's mine.
I can tell the fucking stickers on it, you fuck.
Wait, no.
No, these
No,
are
wait,
the stickers.
wait, you have my shirt too, right?
Yeah, you left it in the room.
Shit.
All right, so he's gonna move here.
Can I make the dangled opportunity attack when he gets in 10 feet?
Yes. Oh, that's right. So it would be here.
Stable good.
It would be here when you do it.
Oh lordy. Well.
Yeah. So you stick the halberd forward, and he kind of like jumps to like all fours for a moment, dodges around it, and then runs right up to Hixus, and just bears 2 claws. And first he makes a bite attack towards you.
First roll.
That's gonna be a miss. So you're gonna hold the halberd out and hold his jaws in place, away from you, and then 2 claws come towards you.
All right.
One misses, and the other one's a.
I did do dodge as well. So,
That's right. Well, his first one's definitely would have missed. But let's roll this one again. Yeah. So as you're holding him there, the 2 claws come at you. You use both ends of the halberd to like knock his hands out of the way. He's clawing at you. He just can't get to you from the other side. And you hold him back. And you keep him away. The other one's going to run forward. Fernie, you see this one run to about here. Near the opening. It turns towards the like going deeper into the nest. And then just kind of lets out a kind of like a low growl. It just goes, "Bring the rest," as he turns towards the rest of the party and rushes towards Alron. Yeah. Well, wait. Maybe not. Alright. He runs towards Omen. You can occupy the same space as Omen because they're 2 sizes different. At least I'm pretty sure that's what you can do. And Omen's flying. I'll say you can. And he just kind of starts swiping up at Omen as he's running towards Alron. It's gonna be... Oof, what's Omen's AC?
12.
None of these hit. As Omen's just flying between them, he's like snapping out, and they can't get to him. That's gonna be that. However, as they finish moving, you hear in the rest of the thicket in front of you, you hear kind of like a shift around in some of the trees, and you hear it sounds like heavy footfalls to the east and west of you. However, it's hard to tell where they are.
Yay.
That's going to be their turn. Soren, you're up. Also, wait, did I add Pig to this? Oh, yeah, I did. Never mind. He's there.
Sword is going to use the actor feat to imitate their voices. And looks like Frog's back on the menu, boys.
Hey.
And then cast Hex on this one. Against my better judgment.
Okay, Hex.
Should be saving my spell. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it. So I'll roll the first one. Wait, is this a macro? Let's see if this macro works.
Oh, this is probably way too late, but Hixus's attack against it would have advantage. Use Fairy Fire.
That's right. I need to put that marker on both of these guys. So Hexus, go ahead and roll one more.
He's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
This one has advantage since it has Fairy Fire.
Mm-hmm. Both these have Fairy Fire.
Okay, so that 14, I'm going to add my inspiration to.
Okay.
Oh shit, did we have advantage on attacks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's
you
Fairy
roll another halberd.
Oh shit.
So a 16 total to hit for the first one.
That'll hit. Which one is that going to be on?
The one that I
Yup.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ones.
Ooh.
Let's do Hexus thing quick.
Yeah,
I'm
do
sorry,
you-
I completely forgot about that.
Benny. That's a big Benny right there.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. So go ahead and crit that shit.
So it's just a base 10 plus normal damage, and then I wanted to make it a trip attack as well, possible, with
Yep.
Dex. I guess we'll go Dex.
Gotcha.
No, we'll do Strength. We'll do DC 17, and that.
DC 17 strength saving throw.
So it's 3 plus. Right?
He fails the save.
So he is tripped, and he would end his turn because he can't move if I hit him with an opportunity attack. So he would end his turn prone 10 feet away from me.
Here. Yeah.
And it was 20, I guess, even for damage.
20 damage.
Well, no.
Yeah,
it's
so is that-
5, 6, 7, so 17. That 3 must be from the other crit. That
Gotcha.
auto-populates.
So yeah, as he charges towards Hexus plants the halberd in the ground and like puts pressure on the handle and then flips it up towards the slot. And it goes right between his legs, just flops him to the ground as he jabs it into him. And you hear this kind of just like pain snarl as he does. He's prone on the ground.
You know what? Hold on. Sorry, there's a. It's.
Oh yeah, you add that.
Forgot about the trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, just doing math. All right. Yes, you take a good chunk out of the slot as you do so.
Okay, and then yeah, thanks, Norton's turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna do another. So the second beam from the Eldritch Blast is a 28 to hit,
That'll hit.
Christ.
and so double hit
Mm-hmm.
is 37 damage.
What kind?
It is a mix of force and necrotic. I can break it down.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So 37.
God damn.
I need a fucking calculator. Where is it?
2D one guy.
2B.
Yeah, so just two of these Eldritch Blasts just like take chunks out of this slot in front of you. Just kind of stumbles around and begins getting back up to his feet towards you.
And then that is turn.
Okay. From within the nest somewhere, like deep down straight in front of you, you hear just a very deep kind of booming growl.
Is it just a growl or is it a language?
Oh, yeah, because you have comprehend languages. So yeah, you when you're Verna, you would just hear kind of like a bring them to me.
Maybe some matriarch.
Pate, back top of the round.
The crow. I want to fucking punch shit.
Maybe.
No, that's alright.
Marleon's, it's a raven?
Get it? Right.
God.
I am going. Okay, I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the right slot.
Okay. Are you within... Yeah, you're within range.
Yeah, if not, I'll move up.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Alright, let me roll this. What's your DC?
17.
Just barely succeeds.
Ah, that dick.
Yeah.
Dude. Still.
It does have a little bit of like a creepy, like a slotty chuckle. Just kind of a... But that's it. It doesn't fall over prone.
And then I'm going to move to here. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to inspire Hixtus. I'm going to keep this awesome harmonica beat going.
There's just some sick bluegrass behind you too, up on the front line.
Just so we know too, the fairy fire is broken then because of concentration.
Is this is a concentration spell? Yep.
Oh, that's awful.
As they both become dim once again.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
Alright, it happens.
And then they no longer cast.
Disaster!
And then the slot draw their sword.
They're dirty slod swords. Alright. Omen.
I get it.
I like these models, John. Did you draw these?
Nope. Not a
Yeah, these are
fucking
from-
chance.
these
Not
are
a
from-
fucking chance.
Yeah.
They're part of like Roll 20 Premium. They're really nice.
Oh yeah.
Are they Devon Knight?
I think so.
That guy makes a lot of models.
He makes a lot of models.
You need those ball bags, but
I was gonna import some. Most of the ones I've used are imported, but Omen's up.
I guess I really want Omen to kind of stay where he is, but I want him to be like distracting. I don't exactly know how he would go about doing that. He's just going to flurry very fast in front of the slot, I guess, attempting to draw his attention. Because there's no one there to do the help action on, so I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I mean this like you don't have like a distinctive taunt ability on him.
No. I guess would he be able to hold a help action in case someone came into melee range?
Yeah. It depends how he's gonna help though.
Be very distracting,
Okay.
flying in its face.
Sure, he can do that.
Okay, then that's what he's gonna do.
All right. Alrond.
I'm gonna go ahead and step on up.
Step right up.
Right up to bat.
Yeah, batter up indeed. Oh, I'm not using all that ability yet. It's gonna go 2 attacks on the one to the left.
One to the left. Okay.
Beautiful.
That will. Well, you have inspiration. I'll let you choose.
Nah, not gonna need it yet. Save it.
All right, that one will miss. And that one will hit.
I was looking a little better. Yep, 12.
12 slashing damage. All right. With the greatsword, as you just draw it out and just put one long gash across the front of the slot. 12. It's looking a little beat up.
That is my turn.
All right.
Oh, was that 2
Pig's
attack?
turn.
Pig's turn?
Um, just to keep, I guess that guy's on the ground, so you would have advantage on melee.
Oh, that's right.
against him.
Oh,
He's prone. I need to mark him too. So go ahead and see if you can crit with, and hit with the first one, crit with the second one. That'll be a
alright,
hit.
so awesome. Good catch. I'm going to re-roll that 2.
Alright.
John, I don't know how it'll work, but Pig has dark vision.
Not anymore.
Oh.
So that gets 3 more. so
Shouldn't
that's
be on
15.
there.
One
One of them. Yeah, I gotta fix that. One of the blocks is still like old. I don't know why. I
Oh,
couldn't
gotcha.
get
The
it changed.
bio info.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what's the resolved number on that?
So the two re-rolled to a 5, so it's 3 more. So 15 on the
Okay, so
first.
15 more damage.
And checking for a crit. Oh
Oh,
my god.
there it is, baby.
Hey.
Oh
So
man.
add a what's is that a 12 or a 10? Just to the damage you did before?
It's 2d6.
So just 12. Yeah.
But I'm going to use Divine Smite, which adds 2d8.
Adds it to the 2d6?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fucking
Yeah.
smite.
So the d8s you roll, but the d6s are maxed out for the crit. Right? Because the sword does
Yeah.
2d6?
The sword does 2d6, but
Yeah.
Divine Smite crits with the sword.
Crits with the sword? How does that work? Like, can you post it?
I suppose I've never actually seen it in text, but
Divine Smite.
Does Divine Smite crit?
Divine Smite. You hit a creature with a melee attack, you can spend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target. In addition to this weapon's damage, the extra damage is 2d8 for a first level spell slot. Oh, so you're wondering if Divine Smite crits along with the sword.
yeah, so would that give me the extra 2d8?
Well, you cast Divine Smite when you hit with any attack.
Okay.
So you just add 2d8 to whatever you get the crit, so you add 12, right? Because you already rolled damage for it, which is 12, but then you add another 12 plus, or just another 12, right?
Yeah, alright.
For the crit. And then you can
I'll-
roll 2d8 if you want.
I'll hold the Divine Smite then.
Okay. So it'll be. Yeah. Yes, as you take that second swing of the greatsword, you just cut an entire arm off the slot in front of you.
Alright, so it's the 2d6s are maxed from the crit, right? So
Yes.
the first 2d6 I roll plus 12, plus normal bonus.
Yeah, you hit a 12 beginning because you added your strength to it, but then you just added 2d6 as well. No, this should already be done. This should already be good. Because you hit, so you rolled 2 attacks originally, right? You were rolling the
You
first
just
one
add
to hit,
That's
and
right.
the second
you
one
just
to crit.
So you just
so I
add
just-
12.
Yeah, it's
That's
at
right.
12.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yep. All right. Pig's turn.
So this thing right here, this bush, what is
Yeah.
this? A tree?
It's a tree.
Can he go like here and then here?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna move there, and then he's going to charge the slat up directly in front of him.
Okay.
We'll see how this button goes.
Don't go pig.
Oh, I can't click it. The pig moves, he's and then hits it with a tusk attack on the same turn. Takes an extra 3 slashing damage. That's a lot less than I was expecting. But it must succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. DC
So-
11.
So he needs to try and hit first.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and
So,
roll for hit.
remind me, is that Dex?
And pig would be, hang on. Pig would be like here. Since pig is medium, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, here we go. Is that it?
No, it'd be strength.
Oh, okay.
Well, here, let me see pig's sheet. Character sheet, charge. Tusk is just D20 plus 3.
Oh, okay. So that's what I clicked. Did that work?
Yes. So it was a 10. Yeah, that'll not hit.
Oh. Shit.
So pig charges up, and the slot kind of like gets on all fours and like braces itself against it, just takes the hit, and then just kind of like looks pig right in the face, and his jaws just open up, just.
Bruno, what does it say?
Oh yeah, what did it say?
It was just making that noise.
Okay.
It says.
All right, Hexus, you're up. Is he there?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry. just
Oh,
talked
okay.
about
No, that's fine. I just couldn't see him.
that. So the one on the right is not down.
One on the
But
left.
The one on the left is down. Like I'm
Yes.
prone.
He's
but
prone.
The one on the right is still.
Yes.
Okay.
The one on the left looks severely like cut up from all around. He's missing an arm.
I want to see. Oh, jeez. How do I draw an arrow?
That's
It
a
is
little
the-
roller thing.
Snap to center.
Yeah,
you
click
can
that.
set it on no snapping.
He's just center.
No, he's large.
Yeah, the slots are
Oh,
large.
there. That's fine too.
Yeah, that would hit him there. I think.
Gonna do
Ew.
starter attack on ground boy.
Ground boy. So
Seems like-
you get advantage. That'll hit.
For a solid 10.
Oops. All right.
Does he yet live?
He does. He looks very, very, like close to death now.
We'll give him.
You've got like his leg pinned down with the halberd, like literally into the ground. He's missing an arm.
We'll give him the other one then too. Not yet.
That'll hit.
You know, I
Yeah.
had forgotten too that I also have that reroll damage feature.
Oh,
that
nice.
Elrond's been using. I just hasn't come into play until like my earlier damage roll.
Yeah, as you put one foot on the back of the slot, as it tries to claw up with the other arm, you bring the halberd down and just chop it off at the neck. It just falls flat on the ground.
Nice. And then I suppose there's another one. And I'll just give him the butt.
Give him the butt. Butt plus.
The butt plus.
That'll
and
hit. Jesus,
I'll
these
make-
rolls.
I'll make that a trip as well.
I'm gonna move my
I guess I'll do Dex this time, so it's a 17 Dex, and then
and immediately. I think I can do it as an immediate action. When he dies, I'm gonna move my hex to this one and
I
make.
thought it was a bonus action.
Oh, is it on my turn? I thought
I
it
think
was
it's a bonus action.
as it dies. I do it. I'll look.
I think it's a bonus action on your turn. If the creature has died, you can move it to it.
It is a bonus action. You're right. Okay, never mind that.
Dexterity saving throw fails.
he is
Wait.
prone.
Wait.
It's 7 Dex, I guess.
Wait, he makes contested or is it a DC save?
The solid DC save.
Okay, yeah. Then. Yeah, he fails. So
Then
he's
he
not
is-
prone.
Put him on the ground, and
Put
then
him on the ground.
I will continue to stand here.
And he takes 2 damage from that, right?
Yeah, an X total of 10 from that.
Oh, okay.
tripping butt.
Trip and butt. Alright. Yeah, so he's knocked to the ground. Alright, Marleone.
Marleone's gonna move up into melee range. And I'm going to attack with my... Ooh. You know what? Why don't we fucking do it? I'm gonna pull out my web harpoon and use it as a spear.
Alright.
As discussed. And
Yee.
Whips out the web harpoon that a tennis swift sold him.
Oh wait, that's with advantage too, just in case. I forgot about that because he's prone.
Yeah, he's prone. That will just barely hit.
But 10 for attack 1.
Alright. That'll also hit.
10 for number
10.
2. And then I'm a flurry of blows this bitch.
Alright. That'll hit. Okay. Yeah, so he's just like complete getting the shit kicked out of him by Marleone as it tries to kind of like block one of your hands with one of its claws, you manage to flip around, use the other hand, and crack it right in the side of the head, and it
Ooh.
falls to the ground, lifeless.
Nice.
As these two fall to the ground in front of all of you, you don't see immediately any in front of you, but you do hear rustling through the thicket in front of you. You feel like you only have a moment or two before you're descended upon by more of them.
Is everyone okay?
Do we want to keep fighting, or do we want to make a break for it?
Where would we go?
I'd rather not run in the dark. I say we make our stand here.
I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
We're here to kill some abominations, and we're on a roll.
We're
And
here,
Verna,
and we're
you hear
queer,
deep
okay?
within, deep down into the kind of chasm of trees in front of you, you just hear, "Yes, closer."
Yeah, they're coming for us.
We kind of got roped. Or we can do a short rest.
Oh. Oh, no, we probably can't, right? That's good.
I mean, you could try.
St. Baldur's Gate.
No.
Right here,
To try.
we're on a roll.
Keep the blood moving.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so
We cannot suffer these things to live. Look at them. They tried to infest Pate and turn him into one of them.
Ugh, ugh.
But if we're taken upon by a small army of these things, I can guarantee we won't be able to last more than a couple rounds. No offense to everyone's abilities.
I have faith in our...
What?
All right, Verna, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay. Do we know which direction that booming voice is coming from?
It's coming from inside the nest, which would be straight forward where those two slots came out.
Okay.
That goes into the nest.
Move here. And
Alright.
I guess I don't see anything, so. Oh wait, I forgot. I have my cat. Named Cat. That I can send forward.
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'll send it slightly forward, not too far, but like into. I forgot how to ping, so.
All right, let me do this.
Click and hold.
Click and hold. Okay. Maybe to like.
How are there like built-in things for Slod, but not for fucking cats? All right, this is your cat.
You have a cat too? Oh my god, that's horrible.
It's a huge cat.
That is horrific.
It's like actually just a lion. or
Meow.
something.
It looks like a
What
chicken
an
breast.
unflattering cat.
You have comprehend languages. It just goes, hello.
If I was that cat, I'd be pissed that this is my image.
All right, let me give you control here.
Okay, so I don't know how perception checks and skills work with the cat, but it has a
It has stats.
yeah, it has a +3 on perception and a +4 on stealth.
Okay, so you want it to stealth and perceive?
Yeah, and it has advantage on perception with smell.
Okay,
So I don't know if there's.
so go ahead and roll a
smelling
d20.
flies.
Yeah, you can like whatever you. What do you want to? Just have it roll a d20 at its perception, and then do the same for its stealth. So it's a 6, and what was the stealth? 4, so 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like it smells very like gross and random. It's a nest of some kind of disgusting creatures that live here. Beyond that, this cat's just like, why am I going in here? And you can move the cat if you want. You should have control.
Okay, yeah, it has speed of 40, so
Immersion breaker.
I guess I'll.
The first thing that popped up when I typed cat in the search bar.
I don't want it to go too far. I guess I'll move it here.
Does it have dark
Okay.
vision?
I feel like a cat should. Right?
Gosh, I don't think it does.
Pretty sure
really?
cats in D&D actually don't.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
did I
What
drop?
happened? Everybody drop.
Oh, yeah. I was like, did everyone drop a beat?
Roll 20. Shit in the bed. I think it's gonna be high time we fucking pick a new platform soon, my dudes.
I have heard some things with the grapevine about Roll20 and not being the best.
Yeah, I've heavily been considering Tabletop Simulator. I don't know about you guys.
If that's what works, yeah, I mean, it's an application.
Yeah.
You need a
Yeah.
server.
I have it.
We don't ever we've never had any trouble with Roll20 in our group, but we never use the video stuff. So
Yeah.
we literally just use it for the like tabletop.
Well, the whole thing disconnected. It's like completely desynced right now. It's not just the video.
Oh, yeah,
And
we've
Server
never
shitting the bed.
Oh,
we've
nice.
never had that happen.
No, not on our year, honestly.
Oh, I saw Andrew and
Yeah, I saw Dakota.
Dakota. They disappeared again.
Hmm.
Here,
I
I'll
have-
jump back in. I jumped out.
Here we go. Here we
There
go.
we go.
I have 532 hours in Roll20, and I've never had this in any game.
There we go.
I can't believe I pay them money. All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
So the cat, I don't think it has dark vision.
No dark vision.
I don't know.
I feel like a cat would have dark vision, though, right?
I feel like it would too, but let me look.
Yes,
Cats do not have dark vision.
Damn.
I disagree.
Well, you can feel free to disagree.
I
It
will.
does not have dark vision.
I can
I'm
give it
sending
dark
an
vision.
email to Wizards of the Coast.
Go for it.
I know Mike Myrtles.
I'll give the cat this here. Let's see. There. It can see 5 feet.
Cool. Okay. There's nothing there.
Meow.
Meow.
Okay, I'll put him over like. in the
Big,
corner.
like 70-pound cat.
Yeah, that cat. I believe this. This
It's
is
just morbidly
Oh my
obese,
gosh.
just like waddling
This
around.
cat is thick.
I'm so confused.
you just summoned Garfield in this nest of slide.
Well, I mean, I don't see anything else, and I can't move further, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let my
the cat doesn't see anything right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there.
Okay. Turn order. Slot time.
Rip.
Let's see. You hear just kind of like shuffling through the thicket around you, in front of you and slightly to your left and right as well, like a little farther off. So they can just dash.
Hey, Dean, what, do you want to know if I have that stuff?
What?
What are you gonna do?
All right, Soren, you're up. You feel like you have but a moment or so before more of them arrive.
I didn't mean to
I'm
go
also
there. I
gonna
wanted to
change
go
the
there. I am going to move there and then prepare an action to Eldritch Blast, the first one that I see. So I know preparing an action I think is just a standard action. Can I also
Whatever action you want to prepare, yeah.
Yeah, so ideally I would like to move my hex onto one of them too, but if I don't know, it's up to you if I can like do that bonus action as well. So what I would like to do is like if I see one, hex it, Eldritch Blast. But
I'll say you can, yeah, why not?
Use my laptop.
so yeah, I'll just like move up right behind Elrond and just like take post there, like ready my Eldritch Blast. First slot that I see is getting.
All right. So you prepare your action. You hear you just continue to hear that shuffling around you in the woods, and on the other side of the, not like the cat can't see it, but on the around the bend from where the cat is to the north, you hear that same shimmering sound that when fucking Tamir disappeared. You hear that same noise again. And Pate, it'll be your turn.
Shit. I'm gonna trudge on up here. I don't know if I'll try it. Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
No?
Also, if you don't have anything to do, you can always dash. Remember that you can double your movement.
Yeah, but I'm a weak little man. I don't want to dash like it.
You were hoping where my cat is.
Yeah, but your cat's in hot water over there. Shit. Don't know. I'm gonna do nothing. Actually, alright, I'll dash or whatever. I'll head up to there.
All right. Omen.
Okay.
You can delete this one too.
Omen's gonna take off into the darkness.
I'll give Omen 5 feet of vision too, just because they should be like.
Yay.
Omen flies into the dark.
Can you roll a perception check?
Yeah, for what?
I'm just, just look for slads.
Looking for slads. Roll out perception. Don't see any slads. 13. Not within the 5 feet that Omen can see.
Okay, fair. That'll be it then.
Alright, next up is all around.
Do you guys think birds fly into a lot of shit when they fly at night?
I think they actually have dark vision in real life.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, flying through a forest must just be a nightmare.
Yeah, that's some real Star Wars shit.
Oh, fuck, shit, oh, shit.
Alright, I'm gonna move 30. And I'll take a dodge actually.
Alright, take a dodge. Pig's turn.
Pig is gonna shuffle. Head there.
Alright. Anything else this turn?
That's it.
Hixus, you're up.
I mean, that move up dodge action worked so well last time. I think I want to do that again with Cauldron as well. Just like standing next to the guy. Just like. So yeah.
Alright,
It's
so
just
dodging.
so big and strong.
It's just
Marleone.
so shiny.
He's so shiny.
I guess Marleone's gonna move up into the center of the 3 different paths I guess we have in front of us here. And he's gonna take a standard action dodge in case something were to come out.
Alright.
That'll be it.
We're into the Burna.
Oh, okay.
You're out.
Here.
Alright. You see your cat just like stumbling against a tree in the darkness.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna stick to there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. As you all move carefully into this little opening into the first crevice of the nest itself, you hear that same. As Marleone, to your left, you hear the footfalls getting closer and closer, and you begin to see them peeking out of the darkness. another slab on the west side, possibly more behind it. As the same sound comes from the east as well, just out of sight. And yeah, they're about to descend on you. And Soren,
Do I
do you
have?
see any of them?
Yes, I as a human see this one.
Okay, so then you would
Does
be able
that-
to use your reaction before it came to your turn.
Okay. Which
hex
basically,
it?
I mean, like, may as well just like, yes, I'm gonna hex it and then blast it. Double one.
Do your thing.
So a 20 and a 28 to hit.
Those will hit.
A 32 damage.
32 damage. Jesus. Let's see. That's the exact damage you did on the other one. The first time you hit it as well.
He
Yeah,
has
as it
two
emerges from the
violence.
darkness, you just let out 2 blasts. They both meet their target as the sled continues to run towards you, though.
Okay. And then
And now it's your actual turn. That would have been your reaction. Because you readied that stuff.
yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Then
Okay.
It clearly isn't broken.
a crit and a 19.
Alright.
So I'll do the regular one first.
48. That should be resolved, right?
So what?
That first one is 29 and 19.
29
Oh,
and
those
18.
are hits.
Those are hits.
Yeah, those will hit.
So, okay, refresh my memory of how we do crits on things with
You
lots
take
of
the
damage.
extra die and you max it out.
So
And then you-
when I have so I have 1d10 plus 2d6. So do I max 1d10 and max the 2d6 and then plus the variable, or which
No,
part do I?
so the Eldritch Blast is the crit, not the hex.
Not the hex. So the
So
Eldritch Blast.
whatever the Eldritch Blast is, it's a D10, right?
Yep. So it's just plus 10 damage then the crit,
Yeah,
right?
plus 10
Okay.
damage and then everything else.
That makes sense to me. So I'll do the crit. So 27 and another 18. So 38. 45.
45.
The fuck?
As the slot stumbles for a moment, back up against it, as Soren just goes, and both of them just go right through each of its eyes, as it just falls to the ground immediately next to him.
Jesus.
God
That one
damn.
is dead, deader than a bitch.
I'm gonna
Damn.
move up a little bit and say, I think they're coming from all directions. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Okay. Hey, you're up.
Is anyone hurt? I'm gonna shift up to. Ah, shit, we're gonna move. I'm gonna move up behind the big strapping guys, and I'm going to inspire Soren. With
Soren, you are
harmonica.
inspired with this endless bluegrass.
Oh, you
So-
play bluegrass?
So stealthy with the bluegrass.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna let the dog out real quick. I'll be right back.
this is Soren's favorite
Omen.
genre.
Pig will just stay near me.
Okay.
So.
Omen's up.
No better music for a chaotic combat.
Frogs.
Frogman just coming from every direction. Ding, 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 just the banjo.
For Omen, can he? I want to try using mimicry once, because I'm just gonna have him hover where he is, and
Okay.
like, I kind of want to replicate like grunting noises, like like Elrond or like Hixus's like combat grunts. Can I
Okay.
like have him like just try that? It's a DC 10 Wisdom save to decipher
Okay.
through mimicry. But I think that's all I'm gonna have him do. Just kind of float, hang out there.
Okay. So he begins to mimic the sounds of you guys kind of like in combat. Allround.
I'll shout to Marleone and Sword. Do you see any more coming up behind you?
Can I respond now, or does it need to be on my turn?
Yeah, you'd be able to cry back.
There's one more behind the one Soren killed.
You hear a bunch more from like each side. It's like a good group of them probably coming. They're not being quiet, they're just storming.
Each side being
To
this
the east
way.
and west. Yeah. Because you all approach from the south.
Let's try to choke point him in this corridor. And I will move up a little further. And I will ready action attack if one comes in my range.
Alright. Pig's gonna stay near Pate. Hixus, you're up.
Alright. I guess I made my wisdom save. So Hicks discerns that Omen is not him. Grunt.
You hear yourself. Yeah. Barely.
So you said that they're coming from the east and west.
From where Marleone is, yeah. And from the north too, like you feel like they're just closing in on you. But going north is deeper into the nest, whereas east and west is like parallel to the outside.
Hixus will fall back to cover the rear, and he will motion to Marleone and Soren to get in the bubble. And I guess I'll take a dodge action.
Alright. Marleone.
Marleone, hearing the call of the truly intelligent Hixus, is going to head into the bubble. When I decide to get off the ruler.
Soren, unable to move, looks around. It feels very alone.
Okay, I have like way more movement.
Well, you
I'm
just
gonna go to
like
the top part of the bubble.
fucking crit shot at a slot in the head. You're just like relishing in that, and then you're like, oh shit! And, like you turn back to
Call of
Hixus.
Duty no scope that frog man.
360 banana.
That was good.
Shot.
This is bad.
Oh
All
my
right.
God, I keep forgetting how much movement I have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what else do you want to do?
I'm gonna hide behind the cat.
It's a big cat.
And then I'm going to standard action dodge.
Gotcha. All right, Verna.
Okay.
You hear them closing in from all directions.
Okay, so Soren can move on your next turn. I might create a silent image here.
You're cutting out.
I might make a silent image of trees right
Okay.
here to kind of maybe deter them from. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but you
Yeah,
know,
they're dumb frogs. Who knows?
gonna put just like the whatever, if it's all trees like this, basically make it look like it's continuing this like
Okay.
the walls.
Yeah. So do you wanna do it now, or are you waiting to do it?
I'll do it now.
Okay. So Hexus in front of you, this shimmering image comes into effect in front of you that looks like the front of trees. Now, as you're so close to it and you saw it appear, it's almost like two-dimensional. And you can tell it's like very fake. If you put your hand through it, it just doesn't do anything. However, it does obscure your. Soren disappears on the other side of it from you. As Soren's back is turned to it, he does not see it. It is silent. So here, we'll do this. That's tree wall.
Holy
Other than that, I'm just gonna stay where I am, I think.
All right.
Or I'll move,
Slod's turn.
I'll move slightly over here.
As Allrond, you see from the north, a Slod turns the bend and becomes, starts charging right towards you, and you hear one possibly behind it. It's right on the edge here, though. Doesn't get all the way. And then, let's see, what's gonna get here as another slide comes from the west, climbing over the two fallen ones towards Soren. And then, Soren, as you turn to face that one, you hear to the east a large group of them, possibly 3 or more, emerging from the forest. This one's going to get to about here. That's going to be their actions. So they are all closing in. Soren, it's your turn. As you turn to look behind you, you see there's now a wall of trees. That was not there before.
It's like my headphone cut out. I think I just need to hit it. Hey, that worked.
Yeah, so as you turn around, there's a wall of trees in that opening that was not there before.
Can I take a 5 foot? I'm gonna move 5 feet and like touch the trees.
Yeah, as you walk forward, your hand goes right through it. And Hexus, you see like a hand come through the tree.
I think I didn't prepare an action.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. Can I turn around for a moment?
So you realize it's an illusion.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure I could realize that. I'm gonna hex that guy then. I'm gonna move it to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna double blast him.
Alright.
So miss
One
and
of
a
those
19. For 13. And then I'm gonna run out.
And then Soren runs through the tree line. His hand's still like smoking from the Eldritch Blast.
And I'm gonna say there's a bunch coming from this direction. A lot. They probably saw me go through the trees. Although that was nice.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Alright.
I would have teleported through them if I could, but I'm out of spell.
Verna, you hear from the nest again, that same kind of deep, growly, booming voice say, "Very well, stay where you are. We will feed nonetheless."
Okay.
And from behind the... Where is that here? From behind the red slot where Alrond is... Where do you move it to? The green slot that looks just like the one that Tamir turned into before. Turns the corner from where it was, pounds a staff into the ground, and it kind of fills up with this kind of like dark green light that fills and blasts out towards the party. Let me make sure I'm casting this right. I want every... Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta do...
No.
Measurement.
Oh god.
He's not gray. He can't cast spells. Thinks
That's
Soren.
gonna be
There's one
Alrond, Alrond, Verna, Marleone, and Soren make wisdom saving throws.
With your +4s.
With your +4s.
Wait, the +4 is what?
You just add a 4 to whatever it is.
Oh,
Because you're within range of Alrond.
Every time this happens, Soren wonders why he ever steps away from Alron.
It's just not in the
use
area of
the
effect, but you're addressing.
Inspiration. What is it? Is it D8?
D8.
Alright.
So, 20 for Ken? Or you don't get your own aura, so 16?
I think I do.
Oh, do you?
But
Okay.
it doesn't say I don't.
Okay,
Pretty
so
sure it
20.
does.
Marleone gets, what, a 10?
10.
Verna gets a 17. Yeah, you're right. You and your allies.
That's not the copy pasted text. I like simplified it, so I'm actually checking the
Oh,
actual
okay.
class right now.
So as this kind of like ethereal dark energy pours out into the opening where you all are, Marleone, seeing the slod surrounding you, you feel this immense sense of dread take over as the harpoon or the web harpoon that you were holding, your fists tremble and you can't help but drop it to the ground as you are now frightened
Ooh,
of the green slot.
I can do a thing.
I can also do a thing.
Oh, it's an action. Damn, never mind. I can do a thing later.
Okay. It's going to do that, and then you see the green slot turn to the two red ones next to it, hold the staff, and put its hand out to both of them. Then pours some of that same energy into them, and you see them kind of swell up for a moment, kind of invigorated by it. And Pate, it'll be your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here. Actually, a bit closer. There. What is a small object size?
Like a teapot? Or no, that'd be like tiny. Like small object is you. You're small. Small object or small character?
Object.
Why? What is this in reference to?
I'm
Small
guessing
object would be like a, I don't know, like a deck of cards, maybe a little bigger.
Okay, so like in terms of rocks, what size are these rocks?
Oh, rocks? So there aren't rocks here.
There are no rocks?
Well, like there's some in the ground, but it's not like one's protruding out or anything.
Any like loose rocks?
You could use your interaction to investigate if you want.
Yeah, do that.
Dig in the soil for a second.
Wait, is this a bonus action?
This would be your interaction. Which is like switching weapons,
right.
picking up an item. Yeah. Yeah, so you feel like there's if you dig in the dirt for just a second, there's a rock about the size of your fist.
Just one?
You're able to find one in that amount of time. It's very quick.
Okay.
Are you gonna beat Marlon over the head with a rock?
Does interaction count as talking?
No.
Am I able to talk?
I just let everybody kind of say one thing.
Verna, get the ball bearings. Throw them in front of me.
I'm in front of you.
Oh, throw them next to me. And I guess before that happens, next turn or whatever, I'm gonna cast Fireball. Roll Fireball.
Dear, would you fetch the ball bearings?
Where are you gonna cast it?
Right there.
All right, 20-foot radius, right?
I believe
Just because I
so.
want to hit Omen.
So, right there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hit Omen, so if he's not in that, or if he's
The
in
farthest
that
you
window,
could
sure.
cast it is here, so yeah, you'd just be out of range.
Okay,
Because you can't cast it beyond because the thicket.
gotcha.
So, all right, that'll make those three. It'll be dexterity save, DC 17. Woof. They all fail.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So they take, what, 28 fire damage each?
Yeah.
To your knowledge, that is. Let me double check.
And to clarify, Berna, you don't need to throw all the ball bearings, just a sizable handful.
Just toss all 500.
It's very, very specific.
100 too.
Oh, this, hang on, let me do this. So you see as the fireball lands, it envelops, it lights up the whole thicket that you're in. It singes and starts burning some of the trees. The two red slod downrange from Alrond are engulfed in the fire. They kind of hunch over, and that same green energy protects some of their flesh from the fire, but they do take a brunt of it. However, the green slod whips the the staff in front of him, and it creates a small dome that the fire goes around, fills the area around him, but does not touch him. He's completely unscathed by it.
Interesting.
But the other two took some damage from it. And if there's nothing else, Omen's turn.
Omen's going to hold a help action in case someone comes in the melee range.
Alright.
And that'll be it.
Alron, you're up. Face to face with a red slod.
Alright, time to get serious. I'm going to channel Divinity, Sacred Blade. And I will bonus action level 2 spell magic.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm ready for him.
Alright, so Pig.
Pig's gonna just kind of go there.
Pig just hides in the corner.
Alright, so now I'm emitting light like a torch.
Oh, okay. Let me do that then.
20-foot radius, bright, 20-foot dim.
Yep. So you should be emitting it now. Pig hides in the corner. Hixus. Soren has just run through the illusion in front of you.
Yeah, and he did say that there's a bunch of them coming from the side.
But you can't see any of them.
I can't. I guess Hixus will back up a bit as well to get within that optimal range. And
Optimization.
continue to do the dodge action because it feels good.
Okay. And now you feel safe because you're near all around. Marleone, you are frightened.
That's what you think. I'm gonna lay my trap card.
Trap card. Okay. So you take a moment and you just kind of concentrate and you look and you're like, you remember seeing the dart sink into Tamir. You think to yourself, he can bleed. He can bleed. As you shake the fear out of your mind.
Marleone's going to turn to Alrond. Alrond, how comfortable are you if I relieve my spell?
Relieve your Shield of Faith.
Correct.
Oh,
I'll be fine.
cut out. I thought he said something else.
I see what you... Marleone's going to nod and then pull out another piece of scripture from his pouch and bonus action cast Shield of Faith on Hixus.
On yourself, alright. That shield actually just shifts over in this dark mist and kind of envelops in front of you and around you.
And I think that'll be all I do.
Alright. Verna.
Okay, can I drop some ball bearings as like a sort of action or whatever? Like not actual.
Dropping them where you are would be interaction. If you want to throw them, that's going to be an action.
I'm just gonna drop them next to me.
Okay, so where do you want to spread them out?
Well, I'm just gonna put them in like a pile for 8, I guess.
Just like are you pouring them out of the bag or no?
Literally just taking like a handful out and then dropping it on the ground.
Okay, just a couple of ball bearings fall on the ground.
A large handful.
Okay, fine, a large
He takes another handful and yeah.
Okay.
At least 10.
Okay, well, I was figuring that I can hold more than 10 ball bearings in my hand.
You have small
Tiny
hands.
little
You are
half
half
hands, yeah.
Fine. At least
You
10
managed to get
ball.
10.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to also cast Wall of Fire. Here. Yeah, here. And I'm gonna make it so that this side is the side that is active. So that's the side that will burn people. So anyone on this side's fine, but anyone on this side will get burned within 10 feet.
Gotcha. So Hixus, this wall of well, I guess the trees would go away. So the tree begins to shimmer away as you see this like it's like 3 slot on the other side. They all go suddenly a massive wall of fire just burns up from the ground. to once again block your sight out from them.
Like you see him for a second, and then it's just like, oh wait.
I
And what's
dodge.
the let's see, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, blah blah blah.
Actually, it can be up to 60 feet long and 20 feet
Within
high,
its
so-
area.
Yeah.
But will it start the trees on fire?
60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, or a ring. Oh, so how? Wait. The wall is opaque and lasts for a duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area. Oh, so they have to enter it.
Yeah. So if they try to come
Oh, wait.
through,
Within 10 feet.
yeah.
One side of the wall selected by you. When the cast a spell, deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that is within 10 feet on the other side of the wall. So let's see here. 10 feet. That'll hit one of them.
Oh yay. So
Uh,
5d8 fire damage.
Yep. And they have to make a save, I believe. Or no, do they just take it? No, they just take it.
A failed save. A creature takes 5d8.
Wait. No, it says on one side of the wall selected by you when you cast a spell deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of the side.
Yeah, okay, I guess when it's just the end of turn, you're right.
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry. When it
Okay.
appears, do the save. So they do a save. There's two of them. If it ends their turn there, they just take it. Fails a save.
Okay, so 5d8.
5d8.
Oh,
Nice. Hell yeah.
All right.
Burn and burn.
As the slot is singed by the wall of fire as it appears. Okay.
That's how we do it, Valu.
Anything else?
Move cat.
Move cat. The fat cat.
Over next to pig.
Look how big this cat is compared to Pig.
Pig could ride that.
Fun.
Meow. All right.
And I think I'll move here.
All right. It's the Slod's turn. And
No.
as the Slod that is singed covers its face as it runs through the wall of fire. Takes, let's see, when it enters for the first time,
Oh, do I get to make my chop?
yeah, you'll see it actually right here as it bursts through.
Through the fire and flame.
Does it take damage as it's going through the wall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Oh yeah, when it enters the wall the first time.
Or ends his turn.
damage.
So I guess is it 5d8 again if it fails?
So it takes 22 damage again.
Oh, the same.
Maybe you just roll it again, yeah.
Yeah, 5d8 again.
5d8. Alright. And then Hexus, you see it bursting through the flames at you because you're readied up. Alright, you get the reaction attack.
19.
That'll hit.
The
Wait,
old
20.
15.
Oh yeah, it was 19. 15.
And he can't move. So I think he's stuck in the firewall.
Yes. You do see the fire is like burning it, but it's managing to tense its muscles up and kind of resisting most of the damage from it. But it is still taking a significant amount from it, and it will take another
5d8.
5d8.
To the end of his turn there.
Ooh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
spicy. Oof.
Nice.
All right.
Takes half, but still.
So let's see. Yeah. As it's beginning to just burn alive inside of this wall of fire, Hexus, you see another one burst through on the other side.
Oh my god, okay.
I do not have an attack for that.
You do not have a ready thing or to use your reaction.
Yep.
It runs up and it just goes and bites down towards Soren. But first, it's going to take 5d8 as it runs in.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's a small cup. That's a small cup.
Let's see.
Area denial is my favorite.
What's that?
I said area denial is my favorite.
This
Oh,
other shit.
You played the
Not
moon
really.
attack together, by chance?
And it's going to make an attack against Soren. That is
Alright,
going
man, I
to
can only
be
get one.
a 12.
Wow, in the last level, my AC skyrocketed up to 12.
Oof. So you take 8 piercing damage as it bites down on you. And as it releases, it comes back with 2 claws. Going to be... It's going to be a 6 and a 12.
So the 12 hits.
So the 12 hits. So you take 7 piercing damage and make a Constitution.
With a bonus.
Nice con save.
Yeah, you managed to succeed. As the claw comes forward, you notice like embedded in some of the claws, you see these very fine orange little like pockets of some sort of material. You manage to stop the hand full force from hitting you. It still claws, the ends of the claws digging in, but it does not manage to plant anything in you as it hits.
I know exactly what that is, and I don't want any of it.
And then let's see. And on the far side of the wall, you hear but cannot see a slod just running into the fire.
Jeez, they're insane.
Yeah,
Ooh.
That's really
That's
good.
really
save.
Insanely good. Nice.
Jesus.
Burn, baby, burn.
All right. In front of you, Alrond, Red Slod charges forward and makes a strike at you. First, a bite is going to miss. Then it's going to whip out and take 2 claw attacks at you. The first one will be a 13.
Nope.
And the second one will be a what is that? 18.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Mhm.
Okay. So you take 7 piercing damage, and go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
$17.
Oh yeah, plus 4. As it claws in, you do notice you see the same thing that Soren witnesses: these small eggs implanted in the claws. And as it claws across the front of you, you feel one of them make contact with your skin, and immediately you just blast divine energy to your hand and burn it out without even hesitating, and removes it. Stings for a moment, but it is not successful at implanting. The next one is going to round the corner and move here. He's actually going to take 1 step forward and go for Marleone, who's no longer fearful.
Yay.
That's going to be a 15.
Nope.
All right.
There was
and then-
much rejoicing.
Ooh, 2 more 15s. As
No.
you're just
Thank God.
dodging. One of the claws kind of digs into a tree next to you and rips out the bark. It's there's a lot of force behind these attacks. Both of the slot in front of you, you see the singed skin that's on them from the fireball that Pate cast out. You see that begin to quickly heal over. And they kind of sit for a second. They seem to be regenerating somehow. So they regain some. And the green slod is going to ooh. Hang on.
I don't like that.
Uh-oh. Oh
Can we not?
Arrows.
no. No. Oh no.
Yeah, so what happens within, yeah, you guys are within.
You see the green slot take a step forward.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of looks around at like the chaos that's ensuing in this pocket, and holds the staff back with one hand. You see it produce this flame in its left hand, and it begins spinning it and spinning it. Then lets it loose right between the two slots.
No.
Can I counterspell?
You can try.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Please, please.
Oh, counterspell is so clutch.
At what
That
level?
sounded
are you
like a
gonna do
fireball to me.
I'm gonna do that at level 4.
it? Level 4.
Yeah.
I think that's guaranteed, right? If it's, well, I
Yeah,
guess.
so as he's beginning to spin this wheel of fire in front of him, it rushes forward between the two slot, and Pate casts out a counterspell in front of Alron. Alron puts a shield up, and just the fire is dissipated on each side of Alron. Blasts around him, completely dissipating it.
I have a great sword.
Um,
I do have a shield on my back, though. I'm not currently using it.
However, you do see the slot kind of growls and just reaches out with its non-staff hand and reaches out towards Alron. You see small spikes shoot out towards him. That would be 13. Just misses. 15.
Nope. Oh, thank God.
Okay, yeah, they both miss. As you hold your shield up and they both just ricochet off of it. As they fall to the ground, you see they sit for a second, and then they turn into this small poison plume that dissipates immediately.
So about that running.
The great sword of shield.
You know in Ocarina, Kent, so if the shield is on your back, you know in Ocarina when you're like young Link with the Hyrule shield, you just,
Oh, yeah,
like,
just
crouch down.
crouch.
You just like
Oh, yeah.
crouch and like block from your back.
Soren, you're up.
Hey, okay, so I'm gonna move 5, 10, move here. And then this guy isn't hexed, so it pains me to lose the damage. But I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this guy that's right in front of me.
Okay.
The guy that's close here. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna try to hit him. I'm gonna do 1. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh.
That will just barely hit.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Oh, baby, a double.
Maybe a double. So it's gonna do. I'm just gonna do the big damage. No. That's damage. I'm doing these separately right now because I'm taking my time.
All
So I'm
right.
gonna hit this guy for 14 force, and then repelling blast is gonna knock him back 10 feet. So he's gonna get knocked back through the wall of fire.
He's right up against 2 other slots.
So he can't. So he won't be able to be moved.
He just slam right into him.
Okay.
I'll say he'll take because he can't move back. He'll take another 3 force damage.
Like could he move up like actually like in their squares like against them like up into them? So he would go back into the wall of fire even though they're like kind of there. If not, then I'm gonna do the next blast is gonna be against.
He's
the guy.
in the wall of fire right now.
Oh, okay.
That's the wall of fire is that red horizontal rectangle.
Yeah.
It takes up that whole spot. So if
Okay.
you move down by 1, you're in the wall of fire.
I see. Okay, so he's-
he'll take
he's
an
dead.
extra 3 force damage from just getting slammed up against them because they're big.
And then I think my second blast is gonna be against. If I can I still target the one that's hexed, or is he obscure?
He would just get an AC bonus for being behind. Probably half cover. Actually, 3/4 because he's in the wall of fire, like just barely peeking through.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hit the one that I hit again. I'm just gonna keep trying to trying to push him back into the here. 26 to hit
That'll hit.
for 6 damage, and just continuing to try to push him.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take another 5 foot back this direction and say to Pate, You've been asking how everyone's feeling. I'm not feeling quite as great.
And as you say that, the red slot will make an opportunity attack.
Shit.
15.
That hits.
As the claw whips out, you take 8 piercing damage, and go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
I'm feeling much worse.
The cons?
Yeah, as the claw reaches out, you see one of the eggs burst from the claw and come out towards you, and you manage to hit it away with like a book that's in your hand. It goes to the ground and
Stay away from me. I'm not that kind of guy.
How desperate are we talking for these heals? 'Cause I got
That's my turn.
shenanigans I want to do.
Is that your turn, Soren?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I don't know. On a scale of 0 to 62, I'm at about a 39.
Nice.
Verna, you hear those same call outs. They're getting closer and closer now. Before they were all coming from the same point. However, now they are closing in on you. Pate, you're up. There's a pile of ball bearings in front of you. You have a rock in your hand.
Alright. John, I don't know if you're gonna like this.
I love hearing that.
I already like this.
I can't guarantee I'll like what you're about to say, but I like.
Alright. So I'm casting animate objects. on
Holy
the ball
shit!
Oh my god, okay.
All of text inbound.
All of that.
I'm gonna buckle up, boys.
So I know this spell
Tighten your belt.
because I use it for my bard.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
think
doing
they're tiny?
the ball bearings would be tiny, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. So
Did
we
they
got
remove
10 of
minuscule
those.
from one of the size
10
categories?
ball bearings.
Yes.
All right.
Are you gonna need bullets?
And they are floating since they don't have legs.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna make them.
Jesus Christ.
They're gonna attack the green slot.
I see why you're not. That I like this.
So proud.
Not that I'm not proud. Is that Jesus Christ is a lot of shit to keep track of. Here's
Yes.
a fucking rock. Let me change the size here.
Is that just my swarm of ball bearings?
Well, they're all independent, right?
Yes, but I figured if you just want to keep them all together, I don't know.
That's fine. Whatever you want to do.
There's gonna be 10 of them, so I don't know if you want 10 massive rocks. In
Well,
the
I
game.
could do this. Oh wait, shit, I didn't do it right. Set. Nope, that's just flipping it upside down. Set to come here. Jesus Christ. I just accidentally made it not a thing. Where did I just put it? Where did it go? There we go. Advanced, set dimensions. Tiny.
I mean,
I
you just
can't
want to
even
do
see it.
well, let's just do the angry swarm if that works for you. I don't know.
Alright,
Whatever you
that's
want to
fine.
do. I don't feel like moving.
Alright.
Small ball.
10
This
rocks.
is an angry swarm of rocks.
Okay,
And it's right here, where in front of you, where Vernon
Yeah.
dropped it.
so that's gonna.
Why did
move
you need the bigger rock?
the bigger rock?
You had a rock in your hand. You had a fist-sized rock in your hand.
Well, I was gonna just do this with rocks, but then
Oh,
remember we
okay.
had ball bearing.
Okay. So you just have this rock in your hand then.
Yeah, but it's for. Yeah, I don't know. So the rock or the bees or the ball bearings
The rock bees.
Not
are
the
gonna move
bees.
up right next to the green slot and all attack him.
Okay. So let's see. Each of these, this is so unformatted. Jesus Christ.
So they have a dex of
It says
18.
Here, I'll just look it up. Animate objects.
Yeah. This was I just copied this from their thing.
Yeah, I just didn't paste super well. Oh, okay. I see. Tiny. Attack is +8 to hit. 1d4 +4 damage. Jesus Christ. So 10 of these.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll. Do 10 d20s +8. You should be able to add that like in the top left, you can just do a dice roller and then add a modifier.
Yeah.
Well, don't. Okay, that'll work.
I think a 92 hits.
That's not.
Oh.
Not like that.
Oh.
You roll individually for each creature.
I don't know
Oh.
any
They
Okay,
each
so
get +8 to hit.
Alright. So
I think
So
Just
like make
wanted-
it. Just do 1d20 +8 and do it 10 times. So
Okay.
that'll hit. So 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits, 6 hits,
I don't remember you got
7, 8, 9. 9 out of 10 hit. Take it.
Oh my god.
So
What the
roll 9d4 plus
9 times 4, right?
30 fuck, what was
36?
that? 36.
94.
9d4, right? Is that 9 times 4 is 36, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
52 damage. Alright. As
Oh my
this swarm
God.
of sentient ball bearings just like they're not even buzzing, they're like clink 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 clink. They're all like bouncing off of everything. They bounce between the 2 red slots in front of you and they swarm right towards Tamir, who's in green slot form, and they just immediately start going and just like hitting him. They're like small little bullets just hitting him all over. And there are these small welts and like cuts starting to form as they're just swarming around him. He's batting them away. So he takes 52 damage.
Hell yeah.
That's not a high. I think Ken still has the highest. Is 52 the max we've hit yet? In one hit?
52 is more than I've done in a single hit.
Okay, I guess it's kind of a single hit.
What has Soren done? There's no way.
47.
Ooh.
I might have done close, but that would be 2 attacks, not just 1.
Let's go, Bards.
Mhm.
Christ.
All right. He looks pretty beat up, but he's definitely not near that swarm.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm gonna inspire Soren. Oh wait,
Soren.
you still have inspiration?
No, I used mine.
He used it.
Okay. I will reapply that with my jams.
Keep the bluegrass coming.
Oh yeah.
All right, Omen.
I'll be BB
It's going
King.
to back up towards Marley.
That was the worst. You take 30 d20 necrotic damage.
Omen's gonna back up towards Marleone and use the help action for against the slide in front of him.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right, all around.
What exactly does that help action do? Does that give me advantage? Or
It gives advantage. Well, yeah. So like against monsters, it gives advantage against the first attack you make.
all right, I'm gonna Great Weapon Master 2 swings on this dude.
All right.
And the first one has advantage, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. So after that first attack, you don't have advantage anymore.
Thank God.
That'll hit. That's a lot of damage. Jesus Christ, what a good meme. 24 slashing damage.
I'm gonna give that a level 2 Divine Smite.
Alright.
So knock off level 2 Divine Smite. And click this button.
Another 12 radiant on top of it for 36. I think Auron still has a record for like personally hitting the hardest on a single hit.
Yeah.
Probably with smites,
So
yeah.
36.
13 to hit.
That will not hit, unfortunately. Just barely glances off.
Are you still inspired?
No, I already used it.
Oh, bummer.
Then I will bonus action Shield of Faith on Sword.
On Soren. Alright. So you now have +2 AC. For a round?
For
There's a longer
Shield
than
of Faith
that.
is for up to 10 minutes, but it is
Yeah, it's
concentration.
forever, pretty much.
and bye bye magic weapon. Oh,
Yep. Alright, Pig. Hiding behind the 70-pound cat.
He's gonna stay there,
Okay.
and that will be him.
Hexus.
All
You
right.
have a slot in front of you, one peeking through onto the right of it, and then one on the far side of the firewall that you can't see.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I can see that one. So guy in front, guy closest to me is gonna get 2 attacks.
You're attacking him? Okay.
Yeah,
Yep, that'll
16.
hit.
And I'll make that. No, I'll just I will make that into a menacing attack. So I'll add a D8, and he makes a Wisdom saving throw. I'll reroll that. Nice. So it's 13, and he makes a Wisdom save, DC 17, and if he fails, he's frightened of me for 1 minute. I think.
Wisdom. Yeah, he fails. So he's frightened of
So
you.
he's frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Alright. And he takes 13 slashing, or 13 plus 7.
13. And then the one that was like peeking through the wall, I'm gonna do action surge and give him a couple attacks. Well,
Alright.
actually, sorry, second attack for a guy that was mana. And
That'll hit.
won't hit. I guess.
Will
I'll
hit.
use-
Will. Oh, sorry, you rolled an 11?
Yeah, sorry, I'm still
Okay.
gonna pay. I will use that inspiration though that I have.
Yeah, go for it. Battle
To
hit.
a 17. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Just a 7.
So 14?
No, just a 7. I rerolled
okay.
because it was a 1 and got another 1. Then action surge, do 2 attacks on the guy currently caught in the firewall.
Oh, okay, that was not him.
Yeah, sorry. These first 2 are on the guy closest to me, and these next 2 are on the guy in
Gotcha.
the firewall.
Alright, firewall.
And that
16
one
will hit.
for wow, this is the 1.
Jesus Christ, how many 7s are you rolling?
4 7s.
So 12.
So 12, and I'll make that a menacing attack as well.
Alright.
Add another 7 to it for a total of 19 damage, and DC 17 will save her fright.
Lucky
As,
number.
Freaking superiority dice, man.
yeah, as you flip the halberd and make a slash through the fire, you kind of part the wall of fire for a moment, and you actually notice you slice right across the neck of the slot coming through it, and it just gurgles from him and disappears behind the wall of fire. Assumingly dead. Assumingly dead.
Then I guess I'll give the butt to the last guy. The guy I
Give
attacked
him the
for-
butt
Give him
plus.
applause.
Oh, it's one
29 butt plus.
for
Or a
another
solid
9.
9.
For 9 blood.
You feel a distinct crack as you do so. You see, like, you've broken some ribs on the slot, and it is looking really rough. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I'm in the good spot, so I'll stay there.
All right, Marleone.
Yes. Marleone is going to an interaction. I could use that to pick up my web harpoon, right?
Interaction, yeah.
All
Keep
right,
it back up.
I'm gonna pick up my web harpoon, and then I'm gonna wield it versatile, so I do a 1d8 instead of a 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make 2 attacks with that then.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Eight damage.
One more.
That's piercing, right?
Yeah.
13 will not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, I am going to bonus action dodge then. And because we have squishies behind me, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Verna, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to use I'm going to use Blight on the red guy closest to me, or in front of me.
Okay. DC cons are 16.
Oh, no.
That is a fail.
Oof.
So he takes 31, the one right in front of you.
Yeah.
The one right, sorry, this one.
Yes.
31 necrotic damage. Yeah. Takes full damage.
Nice.
Yeah, it just begins to be like enveloped by the blight that you cast out on him. It's like almost like flaking away in front of you.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nothing to say there.
Okay. Slod's turns as the let's see, I'm gonna get rid of this one because he's dead. As all the slots, you see once again they kind of regenerate a little bit. The one in front of you, Hixus, while still looking very rough, manages like its rib that had been like cracked out of place, like retracts into place on its body, and then it turns towards you and just makes a bite towards you.
It would have disadvantage from the frighten.
Oh, that's right. So we'll have disadvantage. So that'll miss. Yeah, so he can't do anything. He's gonna make. If it's frightened, can it directly attack you?
It doesn't say and. It says it has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and it can't willingly move closer to me.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's going to use its next two attacks at disadvantage to just fight to its death. It's going to fail both of those. So it's just kind of like fierce. It looks like panicked, and it's just kind of like at you, lit at bay with the whole arm.
Sick.
However, as that happens, through the wall of fire again, another slot bursts through. Takes another, however, 5d6 fire damage.
5d8 and
5d8.
22.
And I'll
Does the other
shot him
one
when he's in reach.
take 5d8 for staying there?
At the end of its turn, yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess
gotcha.
it is the end of its turn, so yeah, roll it for that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so as it yeah, that's just enough. As it turns to like panicked run away from Hixus, you see it run through the wall of fire and just burst into flame on the far side, just vanish beyond the fire wall. This one takes the 22.
You've done like hundreds of damage with that wall.
Yeah, the wall was
That's
really good.
fucking awesome.
And the one that bursts through is going to make a bite and 2 strikes at
Yeah,
Hixus.
Would I be able to stop it as I did the other one? With,
Yeah, you can try.
With a 23. I rolled a 23 in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Oh
So
my
it takes-
lord, the 7.
So you hold it in place.
Go hit the slots.
God, the damage ones.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I mean, I get to re-roll them with that.
Yeah.
I guess you're getting
So
plenty
14.
of 7s on these slot machines, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
We
was
all
gonna
just
say,
died.
D&D's over.
I selectively remove him from my aura. But
Yeah. You feel not very safe right now. These slots are telepathic. They can hear the terrible jokes. Okay, so that's going to be 14 for that one. So, and he gets stopped, right?
He gets stopped, yeah, for the opportunity attack.
Okay. And I think think Verna's maintaining concentration on that because you haven't.
Yeah, I haven't cast any other concentration spells.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let's see. Oh, there's one back here. Over the body of the one that fell through, however, you see one more burst through.
Wait.
It's going to take another
5d8.
5d8. They're just furiously trying to get in here.
Keep that thing going.
27, so... Alright. This one will get in, however, and make a bite at... Actually, it's going to move here.
Oh.
It's going to make a bite at Verna. That's a 6. And then it's going to make a swipe at Hixus and Pate, each one. Oof. Give me a 19 and a 22.
Oh.
Either
Yeah.
of those.
So both of you make a Constitution saving throw.
With +4.
Yes. With
So
plus 4.
13.
Okay.
As Pate, you once again see the claw hurling at you. You manage to get around the slot and just get hit on the backside of the hand, dodging it. However, Hixus, the claw comes towards you and finds a flaw in your armor, and you feel a searing pain dig into your shoulder. Something almost like wriggling inside of your shoulder as it reels back, some of the blood trailing after it.
Ugh.
There's just this burning feeling in your shoulder on the left side.
Focus.
Each of you take... where is it? You each take 8 piercing damage.
Alright.
Let's see.
Oh, actually, wait, sorry. I forgot my level 9 feature lets me reroll the save.
Okay.
I have to keep the result. Hey, that's way better.
Yeah. So yeah, you managed just to dig in, but you managed to fight out with the polearm before it can do anything. All right, those ones went. I don't think these ones on the top went yet.
Oh my god. So many fucking slots.
These two also regenerate slightly. They're each gonna make 3 attacks. What is the... That'll be a 15 at all round.
No, 16 for me.
The second attack will be
Ken, don't you have the +2 from
Shield of Faith.
No,
Yeah.
not anymore.
No, it's just Marleone.
Oh gotcha.
That's gonna be a 19 for the second one,
Yeah.
and a natural 20 for the third one.
Ooh.
So the first one you're going to take. You're gonna take 8 piercing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw. So you do manage to keep the claws at bay. They just kind of scrape you. However, the second strike will land, dealing 15 piercing damage.
Fine.
And
It's
make
okay.
another Constitution saving throw.
Looking
Yeah,
good on
you are taking these physical hits, but the divine energy you have around you is like repelling any kind of invasion these slides are trying to intrude on you.
So it was 8, then 15.
Yes, 8 and 15.
Alright.
The other one's going to make 3 attacks against Marleone
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage because you're dodging. The first one will be a 15.
Nah.
No?
No.
Second one will be a miss. Third one will be a miss.
Woo.
So it's also just like Marleone's once again just like dodging around trying to avoid everything. And Tamir sees kind of like tries to bat away the swarm of ball bearings. and you see him take the staff once more, twirl it for a moment, plant it down. And you see that same wheel of fire begin to build up in his arm as he hurls it out.
Counterspell.
You gonna do another one?
Yeah, probably.
What level?
Ooh. What level? Hold on.
Also post it again. So I can see
Yes. Dog's fucking clucking. That's gonna be a level 4.
it. Level 4. As the wheel weaves once again between the two red slots, you see Pate's counterspell go out towards it. It goes past Elrond, right up to where Omen is flying, kind of hovering in the air, and dissipates it once again.
Whew.
You see Tamir kind of pound the staff against the ground, and make another needle attack, and this time at Pate. You're gonna get plus. What is this? You're gonna have like 3/4 cover from all the fucking people in the way.
You're welcome.
Plus 5 AC to this attack. You get.
Okay. So, 22.
22 AC? Yeah, then it doesn't hit.
Cool.
You just managed to lean out of the way. You see him take a step to the side and turn to his left. And Verna doesn't have comprehend languages anymore, so she can't hear what he's saying, right? Because that's
I don't?
Is it concentration?
I don't have to check down his concentration, let me see.
Because if it isn't, then yeah, you'll hear it. But I thought it was. I could be wrong.
Let me see. I don't think
Does it say concentration time? Or concentration, whatever?
Well, I didn't check it off.
It
No,
just
it's
has a
not.
duration of an hour.
Nope.
Yeah, so.
Okay, yes, you still understand.
Yeah.
So the Tamir turns to the left. You hear in his kind of weird, like grumbly, slotty voice, turn to the shadows that you guys can't see around the bend into the nest itself. Kind of look back towards the party and go, "They're all yours."
Uh-oh.
And
Something big's coming.
where we're gonna have to leave for tonight because it's already
9
o'clock.
Yeah, where did the time go?
Where did the time?
We're half an hour over time. I gotta go move my car for Todd, and then I'll be back. But next week we will
You're moving your car for Slod?
for a slot, not the slot. Next week we'll finish this up. This is going much more interesting than I thought it was going to go.
This is an awesome fight.
Yeah.
Just freaking
Like
body
frogs
piles
in
in
the
the
body.
background.
Yeah.
I think Vern has definitely got the most damage in this fight so far.
Oh,
Right.
for sure. Like, honestly, like hundreds, right?
That firewall.
Well, they're reduced
mean-
by half.
They all have They have resistance to fire, but still, even then,
I
Even
didn't
then.
pick that up.
Worth.
Yeah.
Still worth.
That's why they're able to kind of like burst through, just stand in the
Gotcha.
flames, just like, oh yeah, it's cool.
Oh, I thought these guys were just like fucking HP.
I mean,
punches.
it's half damage, but it's still not cool.
They do have a lot of HP as well.
But
So here's an image in general of what they look fighting right now.
one of the guys burned up in the flames, so.
Oh.
Cool. Hey, that's
I mean,
what you do
my-
for slab.
Is it slot or slab?
Slod.
Slot, I guess.
Oh, it's slotty
I
dog.
wanted to
Flared.
say, I don't know if anyone else got this vibe, but like the first time one of the Salads spoke when they got fairy fired, it did sound kind of Russian to me, and so I thought they were like Slav. And I just had them.
It is
in my
all
mind.
yours. Go feast on the dematovarische.
There aren't really any blue slads. There are just red slads and blue tracksuits.
Alright, well I gotta go.
Nothing is better at crouching than frogs, so they're just like
The squad.
Slav slots in crouching in tracksuits.
Just a quick wrap up. We're all good for next week, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just gonna keep trying to knock them back into fire.
I'll check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fire away.
I should be good. Let's see. You all filled out the form. I know a couple of you like schedule come.
It's a great
Whatever.
idea, and by
So,
the way.
Tuesday may be a day that we switch to for D&D in the future, probably in January. And if any of your schedules change that, let me know, and then you can update your thing.
Cool.
Also, it was supposed to be out already, but all of you should be expecting some surprises in the mail.
I was wondering
What?
Not dirty bombs. No.
Arsenic.
Love it.
And Phoenix is making a comeback.
I was going to say there's going to be each of you are going to be getting a